The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 230, being recorded on November the 3rd, 2018. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks Out. Today I'm joined by Gunny Chief from the West Coast, the best coast. My friend Henley Merrill is back. Welcome back, Gunny.
What's up, guys? How we doing today?
Hey, I'm doing mighty fine, partner. And from the great state of Michigan, I don't know if it's great. I just said it's great, but I really don't know how great
this time of the year, it is great.
Okay, well, we'll go with that. That's our friend Eric Smith, St. Nicholas. He's back once again. Welcome back, Eric.
I do declare that it is beautiful this time of year in Michigan.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
What's up?
Welcome to the show.
Is that because of football? Is that because it's just kind of ramping up? And
No, it's because the leaves change on the trees. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here. On my drive home, I drive like this.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, dude.
Back country road, like full of trees. So there's two things that happen. One, all the leaves, they all change color. It looks very nice. It looks like Forza when I'm driving on the road sometimes, because sometimes there are Ferraris that go by me and Lamborghinis because it's like a rich part of like the mountains, I guess.
Yep.
And then trees fall.
Oh,
because lots of rain, so lots of trees fall everywhere. And,
yeah, it gets it's cloudy and gloomy in October in Michigan normally.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel your pain, but not with any trees falling.
Trees falling, lots of fog in the morning. Yeah.
Our trees have deep roots, so.
Yeah, in the morning here, there's like fog where I could like barely see in front of my car. Like I could possibly see like a little bit past the front of my car, and that's it. So I'm like, oh man, I got to drive careful through here,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on Twitter at _Horrible Gamers. Join our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. That's on Facebook. You can either search for the page and you'll find the group there, or you can just search for groups and find us there. And it's a closed group, so you got to answer a few questions, and then you join. No big deal there. You can also leave us feedback at horriblegamers.com, like Mad Jacket did. What? Mad Jacket? Email us once again,
Mad
guys.
Jacket. Not Yellow Jacket.
Anyways, this is Matt Jackwed's email. He said, hello again, it's Matt the Produce Guy. The last name is J Quit, but Jacket works. I just bought an Xbox One X and got a code for a Game Pass, but I already have it, so I cannot use it. Feel free to give it away on the podcast, or to a Patreon, or to use it yourself. And then he gave us a code. So, here is a code for a month of Game Pass, ladies and gentlemen.
And then Jesus used it.
No, I got it right here. So here's the code. Ready? RCVTK63F3JCDWP9 WFGK7 3FWPZ as in zebra. And there you go. There's a free month of Game Pass. So
Thank you, Matt.
thank you, Matt Jackwit.
No, because I'm going to download it, but thank you for providing that for the community.
Gunny just redeemed the code. I saw you typing over there, Gunny, when I was reading that off.
You can't hear the keyboard, can you? No.
You can join our Patreon community at patreon.com/horrible gamers like Jonathan Hall did, Alan Maybe, Joshua Wolf, Evan Tanaka, John Jerome, Adam Sunday, Clint Thiel, Dirty Bites, Robbie Wheat, David Snyder, and Brian Capessa. Thank you guys for being Patreons. We appreciate it very much. I know you felt that payment this month already. It's there. It's there. It happens on the 1st, I think. Thank you for being patrons. We appreciate it very much. And join the Patreon crew, guys, and support the show. You can also listen to our intro song done by Fowler and Twistix. It is called Break Out, the full version, and you can find that anywhere on YouTube or all that good stuff. And our outro song is done by Broke for Free, and it is called Night Owl. So go find that band and that song. Night Owl is our outro song for the end of the show. Our break music tends to change, so I put it in the show notes whenever I figure out what I'm going to use. So go find that there. Anyways, time to get into some video game talk, because this is a video game podcast, and that's what we're going to talk about. More specifically, we're going to talk about one main video game, which we don't know what it is. But I want to mention these two other games that I played this week very briefly. Well, one of them I didn't really play, but I kind of watched someone play.
It counts.
Real quick.
I like that. I like doing that.
Last night I played a lot of Battlefield 1, so I ended up playing some Operations, which I honestly feel like it's now my favorite mode over Conquest. Being a Battlefield fan, I've always liked Conquest, right? It's always been that big open world chaos, like capture whatever you can capture and just run around the map and blow stuff up and tanks and planes and all that shit. But yesterday I was playing it, and I was playing Operations, and I like the focus of having two objectives, or like, you know, something you're pushing towards, maybe three objectives that you're trying to cap. And like having, you know, like if the enemy defends it all the way, you have like another chance. You get like a second chance, but this time you get like a big tank that comes in with you, or a plane, or a train.
Or a Zeppelin.
Yeah, you get like these big like things that are gonna back you up. You're gonna go in there this time real badass, and you're gonna destroy everything, and then you start the match again. But everything that was already destroyed in the battlefield is destroyed once again. So it's all fucking awesome, man. I really had a lot of fun yesterday playing that, and for like, I thought I lost the mojo, you know, playing a lot of Red Dead before that. I was like, I'm gonna do so bad, dude. But no, for like every match throughout the night, I got top squad, and I was squad leader, so our squad got top squad. And I was in first or second place all night, dude.
Who'd you play with?
By myself. I was playing with randoms. So we kept getting top squad. Like I was playing with
just got the
really
itch or
good
what?
players. I don't know, man. Like I was just doing pretty damn good. They got a new sniper rifle in the game. It has a silencer on it, so like people don't hear where the shots are coming from, and it's really hard because you don't pop up on the map, so people don't know where you're at, really.
Yeah.
Until like one person figures out and they start shooting at you, and then the other people look over to like, why is that person shooting at that window? So they start shooting at the window, and then a tank shoots at the window.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened to me yesterday. I was hiding up in this little windmill, and like it was across this no man's land or whatever, so it's all flat, right? So I'm shooting at these guys at these trenches, and I killed a lot. I killed like 6 in a row, right? I kept getting headshots because they were just all right there piled up, laying down, trying to throw ammo at each other and suppressing our team. So I was off to the left in this little windmill just sniping these guys. And then a sniper noticed me. I'm assuming it's somebody that I killed, and they saw where I was at because of the kill cam, and then they spawned as a sniper and decided, I'm going to kill this guy. So they
You think maybe it was because of the angle of where you were killing guys? It wasn't quite giving them the kill cam of where you were?
No, it was totally giving them the kill cam because this guy spawned or something, or another person spotted me, and then they started shooting at me, right? So I'm getting like suppressed, and you can see my screen is getting kind of dark on the edges because you're getting suppressed. And then someone jumped on the machine gun that's mounted in the trench, and they started shooting at the window. So I'm like, oh, fuck, I can't stick my head out. And I was hiding there, like right next to the window. I was hiding with my pistol because I was like, someone's going to run into this house and try to kill me from the back, right? So I'm watching the staircase with my pistol, and I go back to the window to shoot, and I'm running back towards the window to shoot. Boom, the whole wall goes like, it just explodes. The whole thing just fucking exploded. I was like, holy crap. And just assuming that a tank or something shot at the window and just, almost destroyed the whole thing. It was crazy. I was like, holy shit, this is a Battlefield moment.
Yes.
This is why I love playing this game. Because it's shit like this, like just crazy stuff could happen any given moment. But lots of fun, and I'm excited to play Battlefield. What the fuck's it called? Battlefield 5. I was gonna say Battlefield
I know.
World War
I always
II.
think V, but yeah.
But Battlefield 5, I'm excited for it right now because that really kind of pumped me up, and it looks beautiful, man. Battlefield 1, it's a great looking game,
And
especially now
free.
after the 4K enhancement that came out a few months ago for the Xbox One X. It looks incredible, man. I was like, holy fuck, this game looks so good. Just the explosions and the stuff going around and the gunshots. It's wild. It's a crazy game. I love it. Every single moment of it was intense. And I had a lot of fun. So like I said, my favorite mode at this point is operations. So I'm really going to enjoy the grand operations they have in the new Battlefield 5 game, which are a little bit more intense and just a greater scale of an operation, pretty much.
Yeah, they do. I think they do their best by not taking you out of the experience as less as possible, with pop-up menus and all kinds of things on the screen. Like they want you to feel like, we're just continuing on with the battle.
Yeah. The battle keeps going, right? Like just boom, boom, boom. Like, oh, you guys failed? It's okay. Like we're gonna go back in there and fight them again. And I always enjoy like the little snippets of history that the people tell you when the match is over. Like the lady will be talking and she'll be like, like the Russians lost the war or whatever, and they had to pull back. But then after that, the British decided to attack this, and like she's kind of telling you history as you're playing the game. And then when you finish the match, like say you won the match. And then it'll be like, even though the French or the Russians won in this battle, eventually they would fall because of the winter or something like that, and she'll kind of tell you like a little bit of what happened. And you're like, oh, damn, that's pretty interesting. I always like listening to that stuff. But beautiful game. I like it. I enjoyed it. And I can't wait for Battlefield 5. And Battlefield 5, guys and girls, if you have Origin Access or EA Access available only on the Xbox console for consoles, you can start playing it next Friday. Early access begins next Friday.
Yes.
And then if you have the, what's that edition called? The Ultimate Edition or whatever the hell. You can start playing that, next Friday. And then just carries on. After your 10 hours is done, you're going to pretty much be at that date where the limited edition comes out, which is a few days before the regular one. And then the regular one comes out on whenever the hell it comes out. The 20th, I think, or 19th, or something like that.
This is
Yeah.
20th.
But yeah, I'll definitely get EA access to play that early.
Yeah, so am I. Totally going to buy it. I got Battlefield 5 pre-ordered thanks to a friend who bought me the game. I don't know if they want me to mention their name, but I'm not going to because I don't know if they want me to mention it. But they know who they are, and I thank them very much. They kind of just randomly texted me a code, and I was like, what the hell is this code for? And they were like, just put it on your Xbox. Just fucking do it. And I was like, okay. Okay, don't threaten me. And then I put it in and it was like, hey, you own Battlefield 5 now. I was like, oh, shit.
Awesome.
It's just standard.
Yeah, it's standard edition.
That's still cool, though.
It's still cool as fuck, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's awesome that I got a free game. But yeah, I think they wanted to pull me away from Red Dead. They know I wasn't going to buy it.
Yeah, well, you were talking last week, like, oh, no, we're just playing this game
forever.
December 31st. That's what I'll play till.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, so...
I mean, you still could. You're going to play Battlefield mainly for multiplayer.
Yeah, definitely.
You're not going to play that for your story.
Another game that I kind of want to talk about this week, it's a game that maybe not a lot of you have played recently, or probably none of you have played recently. But today my daughter was playing it, and I was watching her play it, and I was pretty impressed at how good it looks and how well it runs. And that is Zoo Tycoon Ultimate Edition.
I saw that, yeah.
So
I was like, what the heck are you doing?
She's just playing this. Yeah, so my daughter was playing this today, and I didn't even know this. Honestly, I never even paid attention to it, but it got an Xbox One X enhancement. So it's actually displaying the game at 2160p or something like that, which is 4K, and it's also displaying it with HDR10. So the game has HDR support and 4K assets, and it looks incredible, man. I was like, holy fuck, this game looks good. For like a game that came out 5 years ago with the Xbox One launch, it looks really good. You know what I mean?
And for anybody that's out on PC, that is also available on Game Pass. So I noticed that also on Windows 10.
Yeah, and
it's a play anywhere
the
title.
Ultimate Edition. Yeah, so that's a good game. It's fun. It's a tycoon game. It's kind of weird that a 7-year-old girl, which is my daughter, would enjoy a tycoon game, but she loves them, dude.
She played that since I think you bought that, right?
Yeah,
Didn't you?
She just
when that first came out.
She just loves tycoon games, dude. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I've never forced her to play them, and I always tell her, like, you want to play a racing game? You want to play Forza? She's like, nah, I don't want to play that. I want to play Zoo Tycoon. I'm like, okay.
Is that Jurassic Park game? Is that a little too mature for her?
Maybe. I think she would
more involved.
She wouldn't like the theme. I think she likes the theme of Zoo Tycoon because of the animals. It's very interesting to her, like getting these animals. Like, oh, I got the elephants, or I got the polar bears, or I got the monkeys, these capuchin monkeys or whatever. Like all that stuff, kind of I think appeals to her, which is I think that's why she likes the Roblox theme park tycoon game.
Is Zoo Tycoons like kind of similar to Roller Coaster Tycoon, like the same premise and all that?
You just got to build a park, and you got to like buy the enclosures for the animals, different sizes, and then you just build a park, and you can choose what animals to have in the enclosure, and then you could raise the price of your park, lower the prices, all that stuff. Yeah. Add concessions, add like hired janitors and zookeepers to help you around. And then if you don't have enough money to hire them, then you got to do all the stuff. Run around the map, clean everything up, and fixing everything. So simple tycoon game, but just wanted to let people know it does have 4K assets and HDR support. So if you have a kid, maybe go check that out. It still has Connect support, I think.
Yeah.
I don't have that, but if you have a Connect, it is available. So go check it out. But last but not least, man, my biggest game of the week, probably of the year at this point, is Red Dead Redemption 2. I played a lot of it. Holy crap, dude. I'm far in the story, guys. I'm chapter 4 already. And this is chapter 4 after me. Like, I mess around a lot, dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I do, like, as much dumb side shit that I can. I've done so much side shit that I've watched the shows, like in the big city, Saint Denis or whatever. Like, I went to the show one night, right? Like the big, like the show, and then you're watching the show, right? And there was this guy who was doing a magic trick, and he's like, "I'm gonna do a magic trick. I'm gonna catch a bullet with my teeth." So he apparently has like. So I'm sitting there, like you could sit there and you can clap for the people, or you can antagonize them, like, "Oh, this is garbage. You suck." So like during the whole show, that section of the show or whatever, which is like the beginning, like. It's an act or whatever. They have 3 acts for every show, but this was the first act. And the guy's like, "I'm going to catch a bullet. This is a real gun," And then he has his assistant demonstrate by shooting an apple out of the top of his head or a bottle. He's like, "I'm going to let my assistant shoot this bottle off the top of my head." So she shoots the bottle and the bottle breaks and everybody's like, "You're full of shit." And then he's like, "I'm going to catch this bullet with my teeth." So like, she's standing there and she shoots at him and he kind of like leans back like the Matrix, almost like, oh, he kind of leans back, and then he like pulls the bullet out of his mouth, right? And he's like, oh, everybody starts cheering. But then some guy in the front of the crowd, like in the front row, because I was sitting kind of like in the middle, in the front row, some dude stood up and he was like, "You're full of shit. That's fake. You're fake as fuck. This is the biggest sack of shit I've ever seen in my life." So then like, he's like, "Oh, you think it's fake, huh?" He's like, "Okay." He's like, "I challenge anyone in the crowd to come up here and shoot me with their gun, and I'll catch the bullet." So like, he's like, "Anyone want to volunteer?" And he's standing there, right, with his arms out. He's like, "Anyone volunteers?" And I'm like, this is my time to shine. So I stand up. I walk up. Time to shine. I walk up to the front of the stage, like right there, and I'm standing there in the front, like in front of everybody. And he's like, "You're a brave man. What's your name, sir?" And Arthur's like, "Well, I'm Arthur." And he's like, "All right, Arthur, pull out your pistol." And so I pull out my pistol, right? And I'm like standing there. And he's like, "You got real bullets in there?" And Arthur's like, "I'm pretty sure I do." He's like, "All right, shoot me." Then he's standing there and he opens his arms, like he spreads his arms wide open. And he's like, "Shoot me." And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, I point my gun at him, right? And I'm like, do I really shoot him? Or do I fake shoot him? Do I shoot off like the side of his head or something, like? And I was like, no, fuck it. Like, this guy wants me to shoot him. I think he's a fake act myself. I'm going to shoot him in the face. So I aimed right at his face, dude, and I shot at him. And I swear to God, he caught the bullet. He fucking caught the bullet. I don't know how he did it, dude. I was aiming right at his fucking face. And the dude, he like leaned, he did the same thing he did on the side of the stage. He like kind of leaned back like he was falling over, and then he stands up and he's like, "Ta-da!" And everybody went fucking crazy. I was like, holy shit. What the fuck?
What town was this in?
This was in Saint Denis, the big city is in the south.
I just got there about an hour and a half ago in real time.
I couldn't believe that he caught that. I was like, holy shit. And then the other acts were really incredible too. Like there's this chick that sings. There's another chick that does some tricks with some stuff. The chick that sings, I was surprised. She sang a song that was very popular and it's still popular nowadays. And I was like, this is a catchy ass song. Like, what the fuck, So like I caught myself and wanted to sing it as I was watching this, and I'm just sitting there playing the game, watching it. And then what's really interesting was like the next day I was doing a mission, right? A side quest. It was like a side mission that popped up for me. And Arthur meets up with this person in the town, and they go on a date, kind of. And then she suggested, let's go to the theater and watch like a show. And I'm sitting there like, okay, I guess we'll go to the theater. So we go to the theater. And as we're there, like, I was thinking to myself, the same act is going to happen again in this show, right? Like the same 3 acts, like the dude with the magic, with the bullet, the guy that, the chick in the middle who did her thing, and then the girl that sings or whatever, right? But no, the first act was completely different from the show before, like, which was the night before that. The show was completely different. The same lady came up that sang the music on the last show, but she sang a completely different song. And then the other chick popped up too, but she did a completely different act. Like, her act was completely different from what she did the night before. So now I'm wondering, like, how many times can I go there and experience something completely different? Because the guy with the bullet, and the second time I went, he wasn't even there. Like, the magic guy, he wasn't even there. Like, it was completely different people doing.
It was like his day off. That's
yeah,
crazy.
it was kind of crazy. Like, it was like some ladies doing like some dancing, like oh, we're gonna show you our pantyhose or something. So they're all dancing, pulling up their dresses and stuff, And so, like, it was really interesting seeing how that was completely different. I was like, holy crap, like, that's pretty awesome, actually, to have that kind of experience in the game where you think you're going to experience the same thing twice, but you completely don't. That's pretty cool.
That's amazing, yeah.
But I've done so many other things.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of time in this game, but yeah, I did just get to Saint Denis, and I did go see an old girlfriend of mine. I did visit her. I went up there to Valentine, and she's like, "Oh, I need your help." And I go to visit that cult. And I know you had mentioned it last week, but I think I took the more, maybe I took the more civil route of things. And
what'd you do?
I'm basically at that part right now.
Yeah, so I don't want to give you too many spoilers, but
it's fine. I kind of put it all together.
Yeah, basically, I didn't shoot anybody. As far as like, I tried to be as civil as possible. Like, hey, just let me take him, and I'd take him to his sister, and he needs to talk to her. And of course, the cult, and they were just like, oh no, he's been chosen or something. He took his path.
Weren't they doing the protection sphere or something like? Protection sphere.
And I love how
like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, my bullets could totally kill you guys right now. What the fuck are you doing?
And I like how where their camp was. It was like literally they were all like up on a ridge. Like I can just like Spartan kick them all off if I was playing Assassin's Creed.
Exactly.
Because I kind of looked over. I was like, is that the way this is going to end? Am I just going to kick them all off of here or like shoot them all off the cliff? But didn't end up that way. But speaking of like falling down and shit, I think I came down for the mountain. I was waiting for that quest to happen in the daytime. Because some quests it'll say, hey, wait till morning or wait till night. And, your horse gets spooked by like snakes and wolves and stuff. So you got to keep moving. And I think what happened was he got spooked and I was coming down a hill, but it wasn't like a really steep mountain. And he bucked me off the horse and I went rolling down the mountain. Like literally, and I was like, damn, this game is, the horse physics and just everything else in it is just like, you don't expect it. You think something video game would happen where like you would just land flat and maybe slide a little bit, but no, he's like rolling and grunting and
sliding and
what the hell?
I've killed my horse like 4 times now. Falling
I haven't
off a cliff.
Killed him yet, but I did run him straight into a tree.
I do that all the time. Running through the forest, I'm always crashing into like I crash into trees probably like 2 or 3 times every hour. Like all the time, just boom, full speed into a tree. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go again. I go flying, then I feed my horse a little bit to heal him up. Like, let's go again, woohoo! And we take off once again. But there's been a few times where like I was trying to find these gold bars and this train that's derailed on top of these mountains. But to get there is kind of tricky. And if you go there like the wrong way, you're going to end up like on this cliff kind of, and it's kind of like a ravine down there. So I was trying to get down there and my horse fell off the edge because I wasn't paying attention. I was getting attacked by wolves, so I was turning around to shoot at them, but I was tapping A at the same time, so my horse was like full speed running, and he runs off a cliff and just, we just both fell off the cliff and we both like, your horse is dead. Like, what do you want to do? You want to mercy kill your horse or you want to revive your horse? I was like, revive my horse. but you need that. Always, I suggest you even if you don't have it, just go buy it as the horse tonic or the horse revival tonic or something like that.
Yeah, I forgot what that was called, but I bought 2 of them.
Carry 3 bottles of that shit on you all the time, dude, because your horse will go down, and if you don't have that, you got to just leave him there or kill him. Like, you got no choice.
That would suck, especially after you upgraded him, because I got him a nice braid and I got a nice mane for him.
I got the super nice horse, the one that's up in the mountains, the white one. It's called the White Arabian or something like that. Horse is fucking awesome because it has the highest speed and the best handling in the game. And I got him now. I got him to level 3 with my loyalty or whatever. Like, you know how you have to bond with your horse or whatever.
Yeah.
So I got him to level 3 now, which is not too bad.
What's the highest level? Does it just
4.
go to 5?
I think it's 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got a few more
things. It doesn't take long.
All you gotta do is feed him and tap him. And I suggest when you go to camp, one of the easiest way to get a little bit of like bonding with your horse is when you go to camp, instead of just leaving him wherever, like, you know, just jump off and leave him, always hitch him. Like everywhere you go, like if you could find a hitching post, just hitch him somewhere. Always do that because that'll like you always see a little tick mark come up when you hitch him. You always see a little like positive little horse icon pop up. So you're always bonding with them every time you hitch him, which is kind of weird. And
also one thing I didn't notice, like maybe at first, the first day I played it, was you have to hold the Y button on the Xbox One controller.
Yeah.
Because if you just press Y, you think, oh, he's hitched, and I'm off to the, walking away. But no, hold it to actually watch the animation hitch.
Yeah, I always, when I hitch my horse, I always give him a good pat and I brush him because that always helps too.
And the game will let you know too. I notice where it's like, hey, your horse is dirty, run it through some water or brush it.
Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah.
Yep. So
there's always no water around, so I'll brush them.
So I've played a lot of the game, and I ran into a lot of strangers on the side of the road and people that have helped. And I've experienced some crazy stuff in this game, guys. I ran into the KKK. I think it's twice now I ran into them. First time I ran into them, they were having like a meeting, so it was like probably like 50 of them there. They were all wearing their hoods, and they're like, oh, what's up, brothers? We're going to baptize this brother and make him one of us. They were trying to like get this dude to join the clan or something, and he was like going to be initiated. So they're doing like their ritual, right? And I pulled up and I see like this cross burning, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on over there? So I go over there. I'm kind of standing there watching them, and they're just talking. And like even as I walk into like their group, they're just still talking, doing their thing.
Hey, brother.
I pulled up a gun on the leader that time. I pulled out like my pistol and I shot their fucking like the dude wearing the black robes. I shot him right in the chest like 4 times, right? And like a couple of them took off running, but the rest pulled out guns. And in this game, if you have more than like 4 people that you're fighting with guns, I would say about 70% of the time you're gonna die.
Yeah, I would think.
And this time I had like 20-something people with guns around me, and they just all like, what the fuck? They pulled out their guns, and they all just killed me, and then the game reloaded, and they were gone because the game reloaded, and whatever, they were gone. So then I never found them again until today. I was running to the north.
Revenge.
I was running to the north to do like a mission with this Indian guy that I met. And I was going to go do a mission for him because he needed me to go do something to help his people or some shit. So I'm running up there. And as I'm running up there, I see these 3 guys on the side like this hill. And they're the KKK. This dude wearing like the black robes. He's standing. He's like, all right, lift it up. We got to set that up for the meeting. And there's these 2 guys. They're trying to lift up this cross. They're trying to like set up this cross or whatever. I guess for their meeting that night. And they can't lift it. So I'm sitting there watching them, and they can't lift the cross. And he's like, come on, put your backs into it. And they're trying to lift it. Then all of a sudden, one of them slips, like his hand slips or something. And the fucking cross just crushed them both.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, well, I guess that's one way to do it. And they're both just dead. And this dude is like standing there, and he's looking at me, and he's like, what do you want? This is none of your business. So I fucking hogtied him. And I decided I was going to drown him. But I was trying to drown him in a little puddle of water, and he just kept like coughing up the water, and he was like, let me go. You could tell that he was kind of choking, but he really wasn't choking. I was like, I'm going to throw him into a river or a lake. So I looked up on the map where like a lake was, and as I was running towards the lake, I ran through a farm, and everyone in the farm started like, it was like, witness just saw you for kidnapping or something. So like these 2 guys were going to go run to tell the police that I was a fucking kidnapper had this dude kidnapped. And then, like, everyone else at the ranch started shooting at me. Like, 4 dudes, like, pulled out guns, started shooting at me right away. So I'm like, oh, fuck. So I had to kill everybody at the ranch. I had to chase down the 2 witnesses, kill them. And then I took him to the pond and I threw him in water. He wasn't drowning, so I just shot him in the back with the shotgun. I was like, yeah, you're going to die anyways, dude.
Good riddance.
And I got positive points for that. It's like, positive, you're like, you're
You know, I noticed something about
your shit
this.
goes up.
Something about this game where I was in St. Denis just not even less than 2 hours ago, and I come around this corner and the lady's there, can I just have a bit of your time? Just a small amount of your time. And I'm just like, all right, well, this is like a side quest or something. And she's like, I'm here for the Veteran Society. We're going to rebuild this. We want to rebuild this building. This will go to help disabled vets or something like that for $20. And I'm like, sure, here's $20, you know. She goes, good, your name's going to be on this placard. But then you notice too, like when you, in certain places where it's like, hey, homeless vet, you know. So I'm wondering like the game's trying to send you a message, you know, also that, you know, believe in homeless vets and vets in need. And
it's always the game is trying to send lots of messages out. In current times, you know, as much as the game has said in the past, there's a lot of stuff going on in the game where you could definitely see it kind of throwing nods at current things in society or whatever. Lots of racism in the game. Like, it's not blatantly obvious, but it sometimes is. Like, there was this one dude sitting on the side of the road, and he was talking about how the white race is superior to everybody. You know, like, black people are not superior to us. We're superior to them. You know, like, just think about it. And he, like, right next to him, he had like a little stand set up, and like right next to him is like eugenics for beginners or something like that on his sign. And now I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is like on the main road of this fucking street, you know, in Saint Denis. You know, he's like in the main road, and I'm like, I want to shoot this guy. So I just shot him twice, and there was a cop like right there, like a couple feet away, and he's like, put your hands up. So I surrendered and I went to jail, and now it's cool. But like for the longest time there, man, I had like $150 bounty in Saint Denis, like that area. It's called Lemoyne State or whatever. And then in the state where Valentine is, I had a $250 bounty because I killed I was killing everyone. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm tired of being a nice guy. So I was murdering people. I was breaking into people's houses. I was just shooting people on the side of the road, you know, shooting blind people, shooting all kinds of people. Man. I was just murdering everybody. And then the bounty hunters started coming, and those motherfuckers are ruthless, dude. Like one time I set up a camp, and they'll always come when you set up a camp, no matter what. If you have a bounty on you, like a pretty high bounty, and it's bounty hunter worth. If you set up a camp somewhere to sleep, in the morning you will always have the little red tick on your radar where it shows like a red thing where like enemies are approaching.
Yes.
And it's always them. They're always like kind of like searching through bushes and through trees. You know, they're all kind of standing there talking. And so I got into a few shootouts with them. I killed 6 of them the first time. 6 bounty hunters. And then I was riding up in the mountains to the north, like the northwest, like really high up there. And I was doing like a side quest for this crazy scientist that I met. He reminds me of Nikola Tesla for some reason. He's like this crazy scientist that's all into electricity, and he wants to like show the world how electricity can power everything. And he told me to meet him at his lab, but his lab is up there in the northwest, so I'm up there, right? And there's a lot of houses up there that were just empty, so I would break into them and steal all the stuff from the houses. But like every time I'd break into a house and I would start stealing stuff, as I was walking out of the house, you could see that little red radar thing pop up. So like that means the bounty hunters kind of were getting hints where I was at. So like I ran them a few times, but then finally they caught up to me and I shot like 6 of them again. And then another time I was going back to the south to Saint Denis because I was gonna go meet Hosea to do a mission with him. And as I'm going back to the south, this other gang, I don't know who the fuck they are. I forget what the hell. It's a different gang. They're a gang from the north. They're like, there he is, and they fucking like lit a wagon on fire, threw the wagon into the path where I was riding my horse, and like my horse spooked. Like my horse was like, oh shit, you know. So my horse kind of he bucked and he kicked me off, you know, and my horse took off running. I'm like, oh fuck, because when your horse takes off running, your guns go with it. If you don't have it equipped on your back, Like if you put your gun into the holster and on the horse, like your shotgun or your rifle, that shit's on there. So like I pull out my pistols, right, and I'm shooting these guys. There was like 10 of them. This game, they're like, there's that motherfucker. There he is. Like he shot our leader or something. So I'm shooting these guys, and then as I'm shooting them, I see the tick for the bounty hunters pop up. So I open up my map, and here's 5 bounty hunters riding full speed towards the shooting. Mm-hmm. Oh fuck! So then I killed all those guys. And I kind of get up on this little ledge, like on the top, and I'm waiting for the bounty hunters, and they kind of show up, and they're like, "What happened here?" They're kind of sitting there talking to each other. So I started shooting them, and then that was pretty brutal, man, because I shot one of them. He was the last one alive. I shot him in the chest, and I see that he, because you can see when they die, because the hit marker will be red instead of like gray or whatever or white. It'll be red, right, when they die. But I shot this dude, and I see that he fell back, but he didn't die. So I'm like thinking to myself, this bastard, he's running away, right? He's gonna go get backup or something. So I run up to the hill where I shot him, and he's like, there's like a blood trail, like a blood trail on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck? And I walk up, and he's like crawling away. He's like gurgling blood. He's like, don't shoot me. And I'm like, I kick him over to like on his back, and I'm like looking at him. He's like, don't shoot me. Please let me go. I won't come after you again. Let me go. And I just shot him in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker.
I finally confront. I'm wanted in Strawberry, the town of Strawberry.
Oh, dude, I am too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's automatic.
I have a $300 freaking bail. I'm like, dear Lord, I can never go back in this town because of freaking Micah, dude. And in that same mission, dude, it was towards when, I don't know if I should, Micah had to go into a house and take care of business. And while that was going on, these two, like cops or whatever, they come start shooting at me. I charge one, I tackle him, and I throw him down the ground, and I pull my shotgun and just blow his head off. Like, literally, his head just comes right off. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
If you're really up close to the people and you're going to shoot them with the shotgun, half the time you blow their head just completely off.
Yeah, the dude's head was gone. But then there was a little glitch. You remember the old Assassin's Creed, what was that one? The one that no one liked. Yeah, Unity. Remember when the glitch, you could only see like the mouth and the eyes and the hair? That kind of happened here because all I saw was the dude's eyes. So like the eyes were like floating. And it was like, ooh, this is kind of nasty. Yeah. But
lots of crazy stuff.
I can't go to Strawberry.
But eventually you get lots of money. Like right now I have $4,000 on me, and I've bought, like I said, I caught the best horse in the game, which becomes available, like if you don't want to go through the hassle of going to the snow and catching this fucking horse, which was a pain in the ass. If you don't want to do that, you can get him in Chapter 4 by going to a stable and buying him, but he's expensive. Like at the stables, because I always take my horse through a stable and kind of give him the care package or whatever for $5, which heals him up all the way and all that. And I was like, look at horses to buy. Cause I was like, I got a brand new horse. It's super badass. Like, you should buy him. And I was looking at him, and sure enough, was the Arabian horse, and it was $1,095. That's expensive, dude, for a horse in that game. That's super expensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in $18.99, it's probably like $5, $6, $7 grand. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I was like, holy crap! Like no way should anyone buy this. Just go and try to catch that one horse in the north.
So how did you just like research how to find one?
Well, there was a lot of people were saying like there's this ultimate horse in the game. There's ultimate horse. And finally, like IGN started posting videos on Facebook and all that. So I kind of saw one, and then I kind of Googled it, and then it's like they're super easy to like find plenty of walkthroughs for this game for all kinds of stuff. And there was one like, yeah, this horse is up here next to this lake on the snow. And you have to sneak up to it. It's kind of hard to catch. It really is. You can't lasso him. You have to kind of like calm him down and then jump on him and then kind of like don't let it buck you off. But it's kind of a bitch to catch. But then when you do catch him, it took me like a lot of tries, probably like 6 or 7 tries to finally get on it and kind of like calm it down after it tried to buck me off. Because the first time it kicked me right in the face. Like the second time it kicked me in the face. So I kept running after him, but then like wolves would come out and try to attack me. So I had a shotgun on me, so I was shooting all these wolves, but I would never lose track of it. I would always follow the snow, kind of like where it left its tracks, and I would kind of chase it down. And then finally, I caught him, and I put my saddle off my horse. I took it off my other horse and put it on that one. Then I had my other horse. I named it Roach. I had that one follow me to a stable, and I put it in the stable. Because I was like, I can't get rid of this horse, man. Like, I feel bad, you know.
It's got sentimental value, man.
Yeah,
put it in there.
I love this horse. So I put it, like, in the stable. Like, because you could put 3 horses in the stable, so I put that one in the stable. And then I just ride the other one, which I named Lightning. I ride that one everywhere.
I just got one horse so far, the one I've just been riding around. That's Chucky. I named him Chucky.
I've done so many things in this game. I robbed a couple banks now. One bank, I went in there full guns blazing, like, I'm going to rob this, stick him up, you know? And then the other bank, I kind of broke into it in the middle of the night. I think that was a DLC mission because that one, like, when it popped up, I was in my camp in the south, and it was, like, a thing that just, like, randomly, while I was in the camp, it popped up and it said, hey, you now have this optional side mission available, a bank robbery. If you want to go do it, go do it. And I was like, a bank robbery? Fuck yeah, because the first bank robbery, that's where I got all my money from. I got like $2,000 off of the first bank robbery. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to do this bank robbery. And I didn't get much out of it. I got like $300 out of this one, but it was still kind of worth it. And then, you know, like there's a few story missions that get you lots of bounties. Like, for example, there's a mission I did with Dutch that got me like a super high bounty in Saint Denis because we killed probably 100 people.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? So you're going to get a high bounty in some missions, so you got to have like money to spend, because if you don't have the money to spend on these bounties, it makes the game so hard because you can't go into these towns. Like, you can go into them once it cools down. You can go into them and just kind of hang out. But like if you bump into somebody, if you start a fight with somebody and a cop gets called, they'll recognize you. They'll be like, hey, I think you're that guy that's wanted, you know, and then all of a sudden they're calling for backup and you got like 50 cops coming around you. They're like, put your fucking hands up, you know, and they take you to jail anyways and take the money. So it's like,
do they just take the money that's in your wallet?
No, they take whatever your bounty is, but maybe a little bit under what it is. So like if your bounty is 250 or 300, they'll take 275 or 270 or, you know,
that's what I was concerned about. Because I've got that one mission in that Strawberry region or wherever it is, and I was like, oh man, I only got like $300. I had like what the bounty is, but I didn't want them to take it all.
Yeah.
So that's what I was concerned about.
I spent all my money freaking shopping, dude.
Yeah, I bought a new jacket.
I bought a freaking duster. I bought a new cowboy hat. I bought some new boots, some new what are the things on your boots? I can't remember what. Spurs.
Spurs.
I bought new spurs. I bought new shirt. I bought new suspenders.
In Saint Denis,
I went all out, man.
In Saint Denis, there's a tailor. Like, you can go to this guy who is a tailor who has like these super expensive suits. And like the first time I went there, I spent like $170 or something and bought myself like a purple suit. But like I've been wearing that the whole game.
I walked into this.
Yeah, I went there.
Into this store with $250. By the time I was done, I walked out with $70. I don't even do that in real life. I don't even spend that much money on clothes in real life.
T-shirt, $90.
But I'm going to, and I spent literally an hour trying to figure out what pair of pants, what kind of color, and what kind of pants to get. Like, these look good.
Yeah,
and
I've been doing that.
They have skinny jeans in this game too. Did you notice that?
Yeah, they have everything. They have like dusters, coats. You can wear like Arthur can have no coat on or whatever. Like, he can just wear a shirt. So I got him with like a pretty nice suit on and a nice hat. I bought him some gloves. He looks badass with these like purple gloves on, like these purple and brown gloves. I got some special boots for him. Got new spurs. Got new. One of the things I spent all my money on was guns. So I went to the gun shop. I bought him. Yeah. I bought him all the badass holsters. I bought him upgraded holsters, upgraded gun belt, upgraded like bandolier ammo belt that he wears around his chest. I got him that upgraded, so you can carry like 400 bullets now. And then I have like I got him a like my guns. I used the double volcanic pistols. I bought him 2 of those, and then when I bought him those 2, I gold plated them, and then I put
There you
go.
I put
Put it all out, huh?
put pearl grips on them with the snake on them. I was like, oh, and then I engraved them.
Nice.
Oh man, they're fucking badass because they got like silver engraving, and the barrel is gold, and the gun is gold, and then there has pearl grips, and then all my shotguns and my rifles, I upgraded all of that shit. I bought like the wrap for my shotgun and the wrap for the rifles, because if you buy the wrap, and that's the thing that goes around the fucking gun or whatever the hell, that thing will it'll make your guns like get dirtier. It'll take way longer for them to get dirtier, so you got to maintain them less. It kind of sucks because it kind of hides like the engravings and stuff that you get on your gun, but it's helpful for your gun.
Yeah, I didn't purchase those yet, but I saw that those were available.
So how are you getting so much money? Just robbing banks?
Just robbing banks, robbing people, being evil, man.
Evil.
Like I said,
I'm gonna start robbing banks.
I'm going all.
Day, I was riding my horse the night, and I saw this house in the middle of like nowhere. So I walk up to the door, kick the front door in, shot the dude who was cooking dinner or something. I shot his son. I shot his wife in the face with the shotgun.
Oh man!
And I just stole all his stuff. Stole everything.
There was one night I was just. It was actually I went to some town and this guy caught me doing something, so I had to chase him, and I roped him, and I hogtied him, and I tried to put him on the tracks, and I was gonna sit there and watch him get run over by a train, but the game wouldn't let me put him on the tracks, so I left him there, but then someone else found him, so I had to kill both those people. So it was kind of like a domino effect, hey, you're wanted, or you're wanted now. They're witness. So you got to keep killing the witnesses. But in that same time frame, it started to get really dark, like super dark. There was a thunder and lightning storm happening while I was like just strolling along, and the lightning struck. It was freaking amazing, like so dope.
Yeah.
And I come up to this guy because I hear his dog bark. And it's like dark, and so he's got a big old fire going, and I see him. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go say hi, and I try to see if there's a way for me to knock. Well, the game automatically just kind of pushes you into the door.
Yeah.
And I'm barging in, and he's like, who the fuck are you? And he starts, and I didn't mean, and this is when like I was kind of still trying to get used to the controls. Mm-hmm. And so instead of just tapping the right trigger, I held it down and it shot at him. Yeah. And so we were getting into a firefight. So I'm like, well, I got to kill this guy now. So I killed him, and I stole everything in his house. And I was like, well, I want some sheep or lamb or whatever. So I go and just go right up to one of the sheep and just shoot it right in the head. And then they all run away. But then I felt bad for the dog because the dog just sat at the door.
When I kicked that front door in, and I shot that whole family up, the dog started biting me. The dog was like, and he fucking ran at me, and then Arthur's like, you fucking mutt. And Arthur hit him with the gun. What? And the fucking dog ran at me and bit me in the arm. Dude, like, it was like hanging onto my arm. So I had to like tap B a bunch of times to get it to come off my arm, because I was like hitting him with my gun, and the fucker wouldn't let go. And finally he let go, and I shot him in like the face like twice. I was like, God damn, like, this dog was brutal.
Have you done the hunting? I'm sure you've done the hunting with Hosea.
Yeah, the bear.
Oh my gosh,
I did.
The freaking bear, dude. That is the most terrifying thing in a freaking video game, dude.
That thing killed me. That thing ate me like 7 times before I finally killed him.
I forgot what to do. It charged me, and I
gave up.
I didn't know what to do.
I went up there with the repeater rifle, like my rifle, and then I filled up my Deadeye. I drank a bunch of tonic to have my bar full for Deadeye, and then I just Deadeyed, and I fucking shot at him like 17 times. I was like, the first 6 bullets didn't stop it. I just had to keep shooting. I was like, holy crap, dude, this thing just keeps running at you.
I shot it. I didn't have anything but a pistol.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Because still I was kind of like trying to figure the game out, and I forgot to, get the guns off my horse. And then
you park the horse in the game, right? Because like during that scene, you park it and then you have to walk all the way over there. Yeah.
And I just found out how to do Deadeye today, like 2 hours ago. I just figured it out. 'Cause I'm like, how's everyone doing Deadeye? It doesn't tell you how to do it. Does it tell you how to do it?
In the beginning of the game, it kind of does, but like it's very brief. Because I kind of forgot. I forgot how to tag people with Deadeye. Because in the last Red Dead, you would kind of just move your reticle over people, and it would kind of auto tag them. In this one, you got to move it over them, and then you got to tap RB to tag when you shoot.
In mine, it shows like the 3 places it's going to hit.
No,
it'll go 1, 2, 3.
For me, it's I gotta tap where I want my bullets to hit.
I've always
slows down time, and you could just tap with the RB real quick where you want to shoot, and then it shoots them a bunch of times. But it's a bitch.
Yeah, dude. But that bear, oh my gosh, it's scarier than any kind of horror game.
Yeah, it's intense. I've been into some really weird stuff in the game. Into some old towns that are just abandoned, old cabins that are just kind of spooky because some of them were really creepy because I was up in the middle of nowhere and I had gone past these cabins and they were completely destroyed and completely, it looks like unlivable, right? Like there's no way someone lives in these. And then on my way back down the mountain, I was going by and like I see the cabins where they were and they're all lit up like somebody's in there. I was like, what the fuck? So I pulled out my shotgun because I was like, I gotta be careful, right? Because it could be a gang hideout or something. And there was nobody there. It was just empty, but the lights were on. Like someone lit candles. And I was like, this is fucking creepy, man. I gotta get the hell out of here. Because I've been ambushed a lot of times where like randomly I'll be riding my horse to the towns or through like the middle of nowhere. Like, for example, one time there was a wagon in the middle of these crossroads. And I was riding my horse, going full speed up this hill. And I see the wagon. And I'm used to seeing wagons on the side of the road. So I'm like, it's just a wagon on the side of the road. Like, it must have broken down and someone left it there, right? So as I'm riding towards the wagon, all of a sudden I hear, there's that son of a bitch, get him. And I hear shooting. And there was dynamite on the wagon. Like, they had set up this fucking wagon with dynamite on it. And blows up. So my horse freaks the fuck out. Of course, it knocks me off, right? And as it knocked me off, it took off with my guns, like my shotgun and my rifle. So Arthur falls off the horse. And I have nowhere to hide because I'm in the middle of the crossroads. So there's nowhere to hide. And there was like 15 dudes just coming out of the woodwork, just shooting at me. I shot like 4 of them. And they all just destroyed me. They just fucking killed me. They murdered me like straight up. I was like, what the hell?
I did get ambushed. It actually startled me because I was heading back to camp. And I was like super close to camp, right? From Valentine. And then they pushed the wagon like right into the road.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I didn't even get it at first. I was like, hey, why is that wagon in the middle of the road? Why did they push that? And then they were just like, surprise, motherfucker. Yeah, and then they just start shooting me.
I was in cinematic mode when that happened to me. And I'm trying to get the frick out of it, man. And they're like, oh, there's one of Dutch's Goonies. Yeah. And then I just get shot by like 20 people and I'm dead in like 2 seconds.
There's only lots of rival games. There's a few rival gangs in the game. There's a rival gang in the Northwest that's like I forget what they're called, but I ran into their cave. Like it was like this is a gang hideout, and like they had this whole camp. It would look like our camp in the fucking middle of the woods, but their camp was like set up like in a cave. So like I killed like 40 dudes in that cave. I just shot everybody that kept running out of the cave at me, and then I had to go in there and I killed like probably 10 more dudes in there. But I had Deadeye, so I just shot all of them with Deadeye. And then as I was leaving the cave, like that's those dudes that ambushed me up in the forest where the bounty hunters came. But then the main enemy of you in the game is the O'Driscolls, and those bastards are ruthless, man. There's been a few missions where I was like, fuck, I can't believe this just happened. Like they've attacked my camp one time. They like 50 of them came, dude. And they just like I was doing like a mission with like one of the girls in the camp. She's like, hey Arthur, can you talk to me real quick? And he's like, oh, what's going on? And they're kind of just talking like about random stuff, right? You know, they're just kind of just talking, and all of a sudden shooting happens, dude. Like, I was like, holy fuck. Like, there's fire. These dudes are throwing fire bottles at us, and like, you know, Dutch is freaking out. He's like, get all the women inside. Get the kid inside. You know, Jack or whatever. He's like, get him inside. So they're trying to get everybody inside this house. And we're having a shootout with these guys. And it was intense, dude. I was like, holy shit. It was probably like one of the coolest missions I've done in the game, where it's just this huge shootout. And there's just dudes everywhere. And they just keep coming. And finally they leave. But Dutch is pissed because he's like, what the fuck? Fucking O'Driscolls, you know? Like, he hates them. And I could get why, because they just keep attacking us like ruthless, dude. Like, they just come after us all the time, and they try to ambush me all the time, and they always try to kill me. Mm-hmm. I did a pretty cool mission. I went on a bounty hunt, and I caught this dude. And the mission was to catch him dead or alive, but I caught him alive. I was able to shoot the gun out of his hand, and he kind of dropped his gun. And he was like, oh, fuck, where are my boys at, you know? I want my boys. And I killed everybody except him at that point. So I hog tie him. I take him back to like Saint Denis, and I throw him in jail. I'm like, oh, thank you for bringing him alive. You know, we thought you were going to kill him. And Arthur's like, yeah, whatever. And they pay me the bounty, which is like $100. And I was like, I didn't think much of it, right? But today, walking to the city, I hear like this cop giving like an announcement. And I look at like this big group of people, and I look over there, and I walk over there, and they're going to hang this guy that I caught alive, and they're going to execute him for his crimes against the state of Lemoyne and the crimes against the people of Saint Denis. He's like, you're under arrest for murder, fucking conspiracy to murder, kidnapping, rape, and all this other shit. I was like, holy fuck. Like, this goes to show a lesson that, like, no gang leader is safe in this city or something like that. And they just hung him right there.
Yeah.
Like, in front of the town square. I was like, wow. I didn't think, like, that would ever happen. Like, right into the city, that just happened.
Damn. Yeah,
so
I've only done one bounty, and it's probably the one you guys have probably already done, too, is the dude with the medicine.
I haven't done any bounty yet.
It's for Valentine.
Yeah,
it's the bounty in Valentine. You got to catch the guy who's selling like medicine, but it's killing people.
Yeah.
And so
Meth.
that was definitely entertaining. But
that's cool.
That high octane meth.
I don't like the combat, like the fist fights.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Because it's just the controls for it are kind of clunky.
Isn't it? I don't know. It's like
it tries to
Xbox,
make
like
it,
Y is block, and
they try to make it into like a movie fight. Like the way it's shot. Every time I get into a fight, it goes into like that movie. It looks like a movie almost. Mm-hmm. And you gotta just kind of time the blocking and just the counter punching, which is like today I made it my mission to go around town just talking shit to everybody in Saint Denis. I was like, what are you looking at, you piece of shit? Like, you look like garbage. Like, he would walk by, like Arthur was walking by people, and there'd be guys working like by the docks, and he'd be like, are you guys in the competition for who's the ugliest? Because both of you will win. Like, what you say to me? And then, so like, I went to this part of town where like, I was talking shit to this black dude. And then he's like, what you say to me? And he's like, you fucking heard what I say to you. And then he's like, you better walk away. And I started walking towards him. And he's like, I said you better walk away. And Arthur's like, oh, you think you're tough? Let's go then. So this dude started fighting me. But then all his friends jumped in. Like, I was fighting like 7 black dudes, man. Like, these dudes just kept, they were stopping work, whatever they were doing in this factory. And they were jumping over the wall to come fight me. Finally, they started whooping my ass. They had almost killed me, so I backed up and I pulled out my guns, and they all took off running. I was like, "Yeah,
that's right."
Man, I went to Denise, and I went to that tailor shop. As soon as I walked in, a dude walked out, and he lifted my wallet, snatched my money out of my pocket.
Ooh,
I chased him down, and then I threatened him, and then he gave me the money back, and then I just robbed him of what he had on him. It was like $30.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I robbed them too. But there's in Saint Denis, there's kids in town that'll rob you. So I was walking through town the other day, and there's these 2 kids on the side of the road, and they were like you know how like when you can talk to people, they're kind of like a mission, like a little they'll pop up as a white dot kind of. So like these 2 kids were talking shit to people, and they were talking shit to me as I was walking by. So I was like, you know what? Fuck these little fucking runts. I'm gonna go there and fuck them up. So I turned my horse around. I jump off my horse. I walk up towards him, and Arthur's like, "What you say to me, boy?" He's like, "You heard me, old man. You can't do shit." And then so I go up to him and like about to punch him or something, and then they take off running, right? And they're running through these alleyways, and they took me into an alleyway, and all of a sudden there was like 15 of those kids in that alleyway.
Oh no!
And they all had guns, like real guns. And they're like, "What's up now, mister? You're talking a lot of shit back there. How about now, huh? Give us your money." And like I press, it says surrender your money, give your money up, or pull out your gun and start shooting. So I pulled out my gun and I shot these like 5 kids that had guns pointed at me. I shot them, and then like in the middle of town, like in the middle of Saint Denis in an alleyway, I shot these 5 kids, and then I like as soon as I shot them, of course, the police is like witnesses, like all these fucking icons for like probably like 15 witnesses popped up on my screen, but they didn't know who shot the kids because I was in the middle of an alleyway, right? So it said crime is being investigated, suspect unknown. So I just kind of like ran through these alleyways and kind of escaped, and I got away with that because they had no idea who did the shooting. Just these
no one is safe.
Yeah, no one is safe in this game. Like I'm murdering everyone. Fuck you. You pull a gun on me. You pull a gun on me, you try to rob me, I'm shooting you. But yeah, man, like those kids totally set me up because I was chasing after them, thinking I'm gonna beat the fuck out of them when I catch him. And then I ran into an alleyway and they had like these 7 kids, like they all had guns pointed at me. So as soon as I shot like 5 of them, they all took off running. And the police were coming, so I had to go to the alleyway.
Man.
Yeah, but, I saw both. I did run into 2 of them. But they were just kind of just standing there, just like ready to lift to somebody's wallet, or purse, whatever they had at that time.
But like, I had that time I had the fog on my side, and it was nighttime, and it was really foggy, so like I was able to escape out of there really easily. Like the police were coming, but I was able to get around them. Lots of stuff in this game has happened to me where I'm just like, wow. Like right now I'm just doing side missions. That's all I've been doing, dude. Like I met a lot of strangers, like this dude that wants me to sell him cigarette cards, and he's telling me that if you find these cigarette cards, just mail them to me at this address, So like I gotta collect a set of cigarette cards to mail it to him. And he's like, I'm smoking 200 packs of cigarettes a day. I'm like, why don't you just open the pack and try to see if the card is in there and you don't have to smoke the cigarettes? But he's like, no, I'm smoking the cigarettes. I'm going to smoke all the cigarettes I can.
They weren't harmful back then, right?
Yeah, that was real tobacco.
Yeah.
And then I just had all these like random encounters with people. Like I said, the crazy scientist is really funny. He appears in chapter 4. And he's like super into tech.
Have you ran into the lady that likes dinosaurs?
I ran into her once today, but what happened was I think I died because I got into a shootout with some people, and then my game reloaded, but it didn't reload with me knowing who she was. So I was getting chased by the police because I robbed a train. I put a wagon in the middle of the tracks and the train stopped, so I robbed it. And then I had the police chasing me, and then but they were chasing me, and it was like, you can't talk to her right now because you're being chased or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I already talked to her earlier today, but apparently the game must have loaded or something where it didn't think I talked to her. So she was in the same spot where I had found her originally, where she's digging up that huge bone and talking about stuff or whatever. But I got to go find her again or something. Lots of cool stuff has happened.
Yeah, I did run across her because it'll show like a question mark on the map, and I was like, oh, let me go see where that is. And as a matter of fact, I'm at one now in Denise, but that was cool.
Yeah, I've been doing any kind of like the yellow mission.
Yeah.
That's all I've really been doing. So I don't know if I've been doing the main story or not, because some of it doesn't seem like the main story. But
all the yellow ones are your main story missions.
Oh, okay.
They all advance your main progression to the game. The white ones, like the lady with the dinosaur bones, those are side quests that are just like...
Are those on your map for you to see?
No. Sometimes, like, for example, today, like, there was a ton of white, like question marks all over my map.
Yep.
But, like, they were huge, so, like, I had to go find the person in that area.
Yeah.
So, like, there were a ton of those, but those don't really appear unless you're, like, in the vicinity of like you're riding by and you kind of hear a conversation like, oh, I heard this guy's over here doing this, and then you're like, oh, okay, I gotta probably go there and find this guy, see what the hell these people are talking about. But those missions do disappear if you progress the story too much. If you progress the story past a certain point, some of those missions disappear. So
the side quests do?
Yes, some of those white stranger missions disappear, like the strangers won't be there anymore. Because that's happened to me a few times.
Have you found any cards from the cigarette packs?
Yeah, like when I broke into those houses and murdered people, some of those people had cards in their beds.
So you're just coming up onto them. You're not.
Yeah, I'm not like searching them. Like it doesn't tell me where the cards are. I just have to find them.
Gotcha.
In the map.
Yeah, I did find that in a few burned out buildings, like you were talking about. Some of those towns that were just abandoned and burnt, but you can still like go upstairs and search drawers and things like that. And I was finding.
Dude, I searched everything. It also gets me in trouble because I loot almost every body that I kill.
Yeah.
And so like after like there's been a big shootout, I'm looting bodies. Everyone else left. I'm staying and I'm looting.
Yeah,
and
money's important,
And then
ammo.
all of a sudden it says wanted or investigate. Yeah. And then the police show up. I'm like, freaking A, dude. I didn't, because it's like I'm still looting bodies. I didn't get cabins.
Yeah, I learned my lesson that first time that happened to me. I was like, oh, I'm going to stay here and loot the bodies, boys. You all go head on back to camp now. I'm going to loot like 50 bodies. I was all happy, like, I'm going to get lots of gold rings and stuff out of these guys. And, the lawman showed up. I was like, oh, fuck. I looted like 2 bodies, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like today, I did a mission and we shot up a camp and I was looting the bodies and there was like 2 other cabins I could have looted. Mm-hmm. I really wanted to loot the cabins because there's probably some really good stuff in the cabins. And I couldn't do it because the law enforcement was coming and there's like 5 of them. So I'm like booking it on my horse.
You shoot them.
Oh, man.
This is the way.
Then your bounty's like 500.
Shoot everybody and then apologize later by paying off your bounty.
Yeah, your bounty's like $1,000.
My bounty today, it's the highest I've ever had it in 2 counties. Like I said, it was probably like $500. It's not too bad.
Well, yeah, not for you. You have $4,000 in your pocket.
Yeah, I'm over here with like.
I only have $97 and I can't even pay off my bounty in strawberry.
I've upgraded my camp all the way, so like we have like you can upgrade, like get a boat to go fishing. You can get a chicken coop, and then I didn't know this until today that you can actually upgrade your camp by hunting. Like once you buy, I think his name is Peterson or whatever the fuck is the guy who's in or Pearson, the guy who's the cook.
Yes. I saw that.
If you buy him like the tools, he can use those tools to craft stuff, and he can actually craft like furniture for your camp. So like today, I crafted I killed like a boar. It was right next to my camp, so I shot it with an arrow, killed it. I got a perfect boar skin out of it. I took it back to him. He's like, I can craft you with something out of this. And then I looked at the crafting thing, and sure enough, I looked at Arthur's room because you can craft like 6 different things for Arthur's bedroom. And like one of the things was like a table. He can make a table out of that boar skin. So like I was like, craft that. And he crafted it for me. And now I have like a nice little table where my map sits on. And I was like, oh man, like now I want to go hunt crocodiles and deer and fucking panthers and cougars and all kinds of
Have you
shit.
done any fishing in the game? I haven't yet.
Oh yeah, totally done tons of fishing. I went and bought a bunch of lures and bait. But I haven't had no luck catching huge fish. I always catch like the 12 ounce or 1 pound. Like the biggest fish I caught was probably like a 1.5 pound fish. But I know there's bigger ones out there because they're always telling me like there's a legendary fish around here or something. Legendary location marked on your map. And it'll tell me like in this area there's a legendary fish. Which I'm assuming is a big fish, right? Unless it's like a little one.
A big bass or something.
Yeah. I want to tell you guys about a crazy story mission I ran into. So I ran into this guy who had a circus like wagon caravan that had tipped over, right? And he's freaking out. He's dressed like a woman, and he's like, I have an act in my circus where it's like the woman that tames beast. And Arthur's like, you're the woman, right? He's like, yeah. He's like, well, then there's not a woman taming beast. And he's like, well, it doesn't matter. People don't. He's like, where are you going to get a real woman to fight against a lion and a zebra and like another tiger or something? And Arthur's like, okay, what do you want me to go find? He's like, well, go find my zebra first. It's up there in like these hills or something. I think that's where it went. So I go and find a zebra, but the zebra is a donkey that's painted like a zebra. So I take him back his donkey, right? And Arthur's like, this is not a zebra, it's a fucking donkey. It's just this is as much as a zebra as you're a woman. Like, it's not a zebra. You dressed it up as a zebra. He's like, people don't know the difference. People don't care. Like, people just want to see me fight a zebra or whatever. It's a donkey, right? It looks like a zebra, but it's a donkey. And then he's like, go find my tiger. My tiger, it's down there in the south. My assistant went down there with our lion to go get our tiger. And Arthur's like, what the hell? Okay. So I go find his assistant, and his assistant tells me the tiger killed the lion. And he's like, okay, so I go look for the lion or whatever. And as I'm looking for the lion, I find out the lion is a dog that got shaved that looks like a lion. So Arthur, so I carry the dead body back to the wagon, and I put the lion, right, in quotes, into the wagon, because I'm like, I'm going to use it as bait to get the tiger out here. I find out the tiger is actually a fucking cougar. So I get the tiger into the wagon, I close the gates, we ride the wagon back to the guy. And, Arthur's kind of like, okay, dude, like, tell me, like, you should have told me this is not really a lion, that it's a fucking dog that looks like a lion. Like, come on, dude, really? He's like, okay, but now we got to find the lion. And he went to that farm up to the north. He's in that farm. I think he's in that area. So I go up to this farm, right? And, like, as I pull up to the farm, I see, like 10 dudes freaking the fuck out in front of this barn, right? And they're trying to hold this door closed. And everyone's like, well, I think I heard a lion. I swear to God, it was a lion that went in there, And Arthur's like, guys, it's not a fucking lion. It's a dog. Like, just let me in there. I'll kill this fucking lion. It's a dog, but I'm going to get him, and I need to take him back to the owner, right? So they're like, it's your death, mister. So they open up. They kind of like open up the door for me, right? They're kind of like freaking out. And they open the door for me, like barely crack it open. And I go in there. And when I go in there, I hear a fucking growl, and it sounds like a lion. I was like, oh shit, this is not
Maybe
a dog.
Maybe he's not lying about this one.
So I'm in there, right? And it says search for the lion inside the barn. So I'm kind of like creeping around the barn. I got my shotgun. So I'm like, I got to shoot this thing with the shotgun if it's a real lion. And sure enough, I fucking hear the top, like it's above me, and it jumps out the window on top of the barn. And I hear like this big commotion outside. So I run out the barn. And as I'm running out the barn, it was a real lion, like a big fucking lion, and the thing ate a horse, and it killed two people, and it runs around the corner, and I kind of hear it like it's hidden inside like the stable, and as I run towards the stable, like Arthur kind of like stops, and it does like a little cutscene, and you see a fucking like full grown ass lion come around the corner like all slow like, and he's looking at Arthur, and then he rushes you, dude. So you gotta like real quick pull out your pistol and kind of like use Deadeye and shoot it like a bunch of times. I shot it like probably 7 or 8 times, and then it killed him. But then I was pissed because even Arthur was pissed because he goes back to he's like, you could have told me that was a real fucking lion.
Yeah.
You send me after
Everything
this
else
thing.
was bullshit.
Yeah, like you send me out after this fucking fake zebra, fake lion, and a fake tiger. And then you send me after a real lion. Like, he's like, what happened to my lion? And Arthur's like, I fucking shot it. What do you think happened to it?
Shot it.
It was going to eat me,
Moron.
So the guy's like kind of like pissed off at me, but he's like, all right, whatever. Like, we'll just deal with the loss. Like, we'll meet you. Like, if you ever want to see our act, go find us over here somewhere or something. And he kind of takes off. But I was like kind of sitting there thinking to myself, this whole side quest happened right now. And I was just fucking laughing the whole time because the first time I was laughing when the zebra thing happened. I was laughing with the lion. But when that lion thing happened, it freaked me the fuck out, dude, because I was like, that sounds like a lion. Right. And sure enough, it was a real grown fucking lion, dude.
Yeah.
It was fucking funny. Like, there's so many side quests you could run into in this game where it's all cool because either you'll find the outcome of what happened with that side quest hours later, or you may never find out what happened. You know
what do you do?
That's just crazy.
What do you do with the wolf pelts? I noticed I can put them on the back of my horse.
Take him. Well, if you don't have your camp upgraded, Gunny, take him to the trapper.
That sounds familiar. The trapper.
The trapper. So he moves around quite a bit in the map. There's camps, like there's a camp for me. There's a camp in the northwest, kind of where that bear was, Eric, in the beginning of the game. And there's a camp kind of in the middle of the map. And there's a trapper like shop in Saint Denis.
Yeah. I saw that on the map, and I wasn't sure what a trapper was, but now I know I can.
Yeah, you take it to him, and if you like, that's where you take your legendary items. Like if you kill a legendary, whatever the hell you kill, a legendary buffalo or ram or goat or whatever the hell, you take it to him, and then he'll be like, "Oh, now I can craft you like this item, like a hat or like pants or whatever, you know." And
like you just clothing in general. Okay.
Yeah, nice. And then like if you give him like so many like perfect bear pelts, he can craft you like a full bear outfit. So you look like a bear with like a bear head and a like the fucking coat and the pants.
I would spend so much time going through towns and going. I'd probably get shot like instantly.
But like he probably has like 30 different outfits he can craft, because he can craft like an eagle outfit, a goat outfit, a ram outfit, like every different animal in the game. If you give him enough perfect pelts for each one, he can craft you a full outfit for that certain animal.
You know, and for the listeners out there who haven't played this game yet, if you think that you can just go up and see that there's a dead wolf, because how this game works is just because it was killed by something, maybe it got run over, you're like, oh, there's a free wolf pelt. I can get some free wolf pelt. You go over there, you go to skin it, and it's like, no, this is not good wolf pelt. This is, what does it say? It's like old or something, you know?
Some of it is old, or some of it is just poor. Like if you shoot a wolf with the shotgun, your pelt is going to be like crappy. It'll be like poor quality. It'll tell you like, this is poor quality.
Yeah, another game did that, which I thought was pretty cool.
Perfect quality. You always want.
Dude,
I think a Far Cry kind of did that.
And,
speaking of skinning, how about that freaking skinning a rabbit, dude?
That video you posted,
my
yikes.
gosh. The first time I skinned a rabbit, I was like, dang, that is so brutal.
He does that to every animal, though. Like the wolf.
He skins every animal.
I killed a legendary wolf. I skinned it, and it was like ripping off his fucking skin. And then I felt bad, right? Because the wolf is dead. And then little baby wolves come out.
Oh, no.
So I shot them.
Damn. Cold-blooded killer.
PETA would be so mad at you.
I shot 6 little baby wolves. Crying because their mom.
You have no heart.
I shot
you, a heartless cowboy.
You know what mission I'm doing currently? Well, I'm just about finished. I've just got one more to do, I think. Mm-hmm. 1 or 2. And that's the one where you go and get the guy one of the people you meet at the bar in Valentine, and these people are like really good gunslingers.
Yeah.
And you have to go get photographs of them.
Yep.
So I got Paco's his pistolas.
Pistolas.
See, that's ones I'm using.
Yeah, I have that too. I haven't started that side mission yet.
That one's actually barely wrapping up for me. I still haven't wrapped that up, Gunny. Like right now, I went back to that bar and I asked the bartender, where the hell is that guy and that gunslinger? And he's like, you mean those guys? They went down to Saint Denis. So I went down to Saint Denis, found them on this boat that they're renting a bedroom on. And then the guy who's the gunslinger was all pissed off at Arthur because Arthur had agreed with the guy who was writing the book to just say that dude shot them all because I killed like most of the gunslingers, right? And he's like, no, how the hell are you going to play me? You're not me. You don't even look as good as me. Like, you can't say you're me. And so he's like, I want to shoot someone and I want you to write about it. And now I have to go like catch this guy alive and have him do a duel with this old dude somewhere. So now like that's my next mission where I got
cool. So it gets more interesting. And I like the fact that you go to one of these people on the map and you're thinking, okay, I already know what's going to happen, right? I just know because it's a video game. This is it's going to, you know, right? So you get there, you get to this farm, you beat the shit out of this guy and he's like, fuck you. I just have, you know, and the wife comes out and she's like, sir, we're just broke. We have jack shit to our name. We have nothing. We owe more than the house is worth. And he's like, fine. It's like he literally just drives, gets on his horse and leaves. I'm like, whoa! I thought I was supposed to like rob everybody, take all their money.
That happened to me with who's that? Herr Strauss, the German guy, the guy who runs like all your books in the camp. He's always telling you to go find people to pay the debts that are owed to the camp, right? And I feel really bad because there's a lady that you go and you beat her husband, and he tells you the reason he hasn't paid is because he's sick and he lost his job. So you beat the fuck out of him. And then his wife comes out and she's crying, and her son comes out and, is like a little 14-year-old boy or something, and he's kind of like mad dogging Arthur. And Arthur's like, "What, boy? When you get older, you going to come after me?" And the boy's like, "I just might." And Arthur's like, "I'll be waiting for you."
Oh, see, I think I accidentally pressed B. I might have accidentally skipped it.
Oh no! Like Arthur was like, "I'll be waiting for you, boy. Better learn how to use them hands or that gun or something like that." And then later on in the game, that lady showed up to the camp crying, right? She showed up by herself and she's paying Herr Strauss like a part of the debt, like half of it. She's like, "Here's half of your money. Like, leave us alone for now, And he's like, "Oh, well, how's your husband doing, ma'am?" And she's like, "He's dead." Because someone beat him and because he was sick.
Oh.
And then Arthur's like, I'm staying there. I'm like, oh, fuck, And she's like, "Oh, you sons of bitches, you're all going to answer to God for this and all this." And then, like afterwards, you can have, like, dialogue about the things people are saying in the camp by just going up to them and talking to them. So I walk up to Strauss, and I'm like, I kind of feel bad about that, He's kind of telling, like, Arthur's kind of telling, like, "Man, I didn't mean to kill the guy, just trying to rough him up, like, get him to pay." And then Strauss is like, "Oh, don't worry about it, Arthur. Like, he was going to die anyways. He was sick. It's not your fault."
Yeah.
So
all right.
I didn't think much of it, right? I didn't think much of it. And then, like, way down later in the game, like chapter 3, like, we were in a whole different location. And then Strauss is like, "Hey, look, remember that lady who didn't pay us and, that husband died? Well, she still hasn't paid the rest of her debt. You got to go pay her a visit."
Oh, boy.
So go find her and, like, have her pay the rest. And I showed up to her house. And then her kid, they're like packing into a wagon. And Arthur's like, "How's it going, ma'am? Like, mighty fine day. Good morning to you." And she's like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit." He's like, "Well, I'm here for the rest of the money. Do you have it?" And then she's like, "Here you go. Here's your fucking money. I'm never going to borrow money from any of you again, you scumbags." And he's like, "Where are you packing? Where are you going?" And she's like, "Well, we lost the house. The bank is repossessing it.
Oh, no.
We have nothing left. We've literally lost everything." And like the little boy was still like mad dogging Arthur, and Arthur's like, "What are you gonna do, boy? You want to do something?" And he's just looking at Arthur, and Arthur's like, "That's what I thought, young man." It's like, "You better stick to them books."
Could be a future protagonist here.
Man. I was like, holy shit, this kid is gonna kill Arthur one day in his sleep. Like, I just like, holy fuck. And like, they took off in their wagon, man, and I felt bad, and there's been lots of people that I found in the game that were former slave owners, and they wanted to be that way. So I had to murder them, and I get positive influence for that,
If this game was a book, how heavy would it be?
It's a lot of stuff that's very dark. I mean, like I said, I found this guy who was begging for help. And he tells me, "Go to my house because I lost it to the bank. I have nothing to my name. I want my watch, my pistol, and my hat from this house." I go to the house and I find his watch, his pistol, and his hat, right? And I kill these two dudes that are in there. But I find a book in his house that he wanted, this book that he wanted. And I open up the book and I read it. Even though I shouldn't have, I still did. And on the book, when I open it up, is a list of black people he sold as slaves. And it's a list, and it shows the prices, like $100 for this one, $50 for this one, this little boy, $200, So Arthur goes back to him, and Arthur's like, "You piece of shit. Like, you were a slave owner. Like, you were selling people. Why you sell people?" And he was like, "It's just the way of life. It should have always stayed that way. The North should have never won the war, Like, if you stupid Yankees would have just kept it, everything would be perfect right now. I would have my job. I would have my plantation. Everything would be fine. I would be rich still, So then he's sitting there crying, and I had to shoot him. I'm shooting everybody, man.
Damn, yeah.
Guns blazing.
Just fucking everyone's dying in my game, dude. I don't care. If you're a slave owner, former slave owner, you're going to die by my hand. Some way, somehow. Yeah.
I played one other game, Jesus.
Talk to me.
One other one.
Is it an important game? Is it as good as Red Dead? Red Dead is like life right now, man.
There is no other game other than the Red Dead.
It was on the on the dashboard. I was like, oh, let me play that new game, or not Games for Gold, but the Game Pass game, that Sinner, because I needed redemption.
What is it?
It's a like Dark Souls-y type game made by probably a smaller developer, but it's, I don't know, it starts out, when you see these like ghost people when you're like, so you have a sword and and I don't know, like sometimes the people that are like in these ghost form, like they'll just come alive or something, and then you can fight them, and then you go through like this like white door in like this cave thing, just like you would in Dark Souls. And then it's like, it goes through this animation. You can do like a boss fight. I don't know if I did that correctly or if I wasn't even supposed to do it, but I just got destroyed like 5 or 6 times. And then I was like, all right, I quit. I'm done with this game. Forget it. I almost uninstalled it. I was so mad. Back to Red Dead Redemption 2. So.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Howdy. How do you like the game, Eric? Are you having fun with it?
With Red Dead?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man, dude. I can't. I've literally been thinking about it since I bought it.
I love it, man. I go to work, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I could be in the Wild West right now.
Yeah, somebody had mentioned Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I was like, oh, I forgot about that game. Yeah, that game.
That one game that came out a few weeks ago. Yeah. I don't know if I ever play that game again. Don't know. Honestly, I don't know at this point. There's so much to do in Red Dead that I haven't run out of stuff to do, guys. Like I said, I've watched shows. I'm trying to take it all in as much as I can, and I've already decided at this point that I'm going to play the game over one more time. Once I'm done with it, I'm going to restart it and play it all over again.
You going to go Paragon or what?
No, I just want to, I know, like I said, there's some of those side quests that disappear after you advance certain chapters. So, I want to go back and see if I missed any, or if I missed any strangers, or anything like that.
Right.
I still can't go into Blackwater. Blackwater's just red on my map. It's wanted, dead or alive. So, going, the other day, I was, really close to the edge of Blackwater because I robbed the stagecoach there. And I was going to ride it back into Blackwater until I, opened up my map. And I was like, oh, wrong way on the road. Turn around, Jesus. Don't go that way.
I did a mission with, what's the Mexican guy's name?
Javier.
Yeah, I did a mission with him and another guy, and it was in Blackwater.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was treading lightly through Blackwater, dude. I did not go in the cinema thing where you can do that.
Yeah.
Because every time I do that, I seem to run into everything, and it startles me. So then I'm late at telling my horse to stop.
Yeah.
And I get shot and die. So I was treading very light through Blackwater to get to that mission so I could keep proceeding with the game, because that was the only mission I had yellow at the time. And so I had to do it just to keep proceeding. So yeah, that was entertaining.
Yeah.
Blackwater's still grayed out on my map. I haven't been there.
Oh, that place, it's not too far. It's right on the bottom left corner of the map, I think. It's a big city, though. It's huge. It covers the whole area of the map.
Yeah, it was really big. But, yeah, dude, the only game that's really grabbed my attention like this is God of War.
Yeah.
So that was almost a year ago, and no other game has been able to really grab my attention.
I want to say for me this year, it's been the way games have grabbed my attention, or the games that I want to say were notable for me that I just spent a lot of time like this. Started off with Far Cry, and then I went to God of War, obviously, or either God of War and then Far Cry. I don't know which one came out first. I think Far Cry came out before.
God of War came out in April.
I think Far Cry 5 came out in February or March, didn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it May?
I think Far Cry was first.
Earlier.
So I remember I played the hell out of that. I love that. I love the protagonist. I love the people in that game. The bad people are the ones that I love. And then in this, and then God of War, obviously, I love them. Boy. boy. Show you about the gods, boy. So, there's that. And then, like this game is obviously just, I'm having a blast with that, dude. I mean, Black Ops was fun. Assassin's Creed is a good game. But it just doesn't hold a torch to this game at all. Like, there's no way, like, that I don't feel like I could go back to Assassin's Creed. It's just, I love walking through town talking shit to people. What are you looking at? You smell like horse shit.
And the game, like,
and I'm over here too. Like left trigger, greet, howdy, how are you?
You get tons
Hello?
of.
Like you're over there just shooting people in the face.
If you have bad influence though, like I went into the tailor, right, like the guy who sells suits, and I wanted to buy this badass suit, and he wouldn't let me buy it. He was like, nope, your honor is too low. You're not honorable. I don't want to sell you a suit.
If you have good morals, like if you play a good guy, you get discounts at stores too.
Yeah, and they unlock stuff.
And I'm going to keep on being nice. Like
I'm not. I'm going to go rob a freaking bank soon.
Do it.
Not in real life. Not just in the game. I want to clarify.
But I mean,
people take things literal.
Yeah, for real. But I mean, like I said, there's so many things in the game that I've done that. I don't know, man. Like, it's just a never-ending story.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how it all ends, because
until chapter 5.
Dutch has this crazy, like, vision of what he wants. He wants to go to Tahiti or some shit.
Right.
He's like, we're going to go to Tahiti, boys. It's like...
Well, Dutch, we all know where he ends up anyway.
Dutch, we're not going to go to fucking Tahiti, dude. You're fucking crazy. Like, what the hell are you thinking?
You know who cracks me up in this game is the Reverend.
The Reverend, dude. There's been a few nights, like in the game, there's a few times where, like, if you do big missions and you go back to camp, they're all celebrating. They're throwing, like it says, like, none of your camp is available right now. They're all celebrating because this happened. Yep. So, like, I've done, maybe it's been like 2 or 3 of those in my game. Yeah, where, like, we rescue Sean and we all celebrate.
I just did that one.
But, like, another one that I did was we rescued somebody else. And so we're all celebrating because that person is back. And then during that, like, it was pretty fun, man, because, you could sing along with people. You can join in on the songs. You can just go and get wasted and drunk, and, like, you're just hitting on all the girls in the camp. Like, oh, Karen, you're looking good there, Karen. She's looking mighty fine. And then she was talking shit to me because she was drunk. She's like, you're a piece of shit, Arthur. And then she falls over, and she passed out on the ground in the middle of the camp. She just, like, passed out. Like, she just fell over and passed out drunk. So I picked her up and I carried her back to her bunk and I threw her on her bed. And then, like, some other dude came up to me and he's like, what the hell are you doing, Arthur? And he's like, I'm throwing this crazy broad back on her bed. She needs to sleep on her bed. And I'm all wasted. And then everyone's just having fun. It's like, holy fuck, how do they do this? Like, everyone, like, the conversations are just flowing, dude. They're just constantly going on all around you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the Reverend, like, I was in camp just standing there and he kept coming up. This was after the mission I did with him, and the guy's a nutcase.
Yeah, he is.
And he's like, I want to be a better man now, I literally laughed out loud. I'm just like, good for you, Reverend, like Arthur would say.
Yeah, dude.
Have you guys played poker yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually, I played high stakes poker where the pot was $1,000.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
And you won?
Dude, I'm over here raising 40 cents.
Well, let's say me and the gang kind of did a little cheating. But it was fun. It was fun.
A little bang bang and steal.
It could have happened at the end, but I can't tell you the details, boys.
I don't kiss and tell.
I gotta say though,
on my poker
I'm rocking
game.
all gold guns, man. I'm rocking. My God, looks badass. Arthur, when he's walking down the road, man, everyone's like, "Mighty fine horse, mighty fine guns you got there, sir."
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of people, saying that, I just went hunting. For a little bit, and I had I don't even know it's not a deer, but it's like the size of a deer.
Gazelle?
No, it wasn't a gazelle. It was, I can't remember what they call it.
Those things in Africa, whatever they are.
It's nothing like that. But I had that on the back of my horse,
Llama.
And then I had a turkey on one side, and then I had a rabbit on the other side. And this part made me laugh a lot because I was just strolling around the road with my horse, and the guy's like, "Oh, that guy's just showing off people that do that." And I'm like, don't be jealous, don't be hating.
He's totally hating on you, man.
Yeah, he totally was. But, like, dude, I freaking slayed on the hunting, man. I had some good meat.
Want to know a good trick for hunting deer, like little deer? All right, so you're riding your horse. You see a little deer. You want to hunt him, right? You want to get a perfect kill, perfect pelt.
Right.
You pull out your lasso. You can lasso a deer, and as you're lassoing him, jump off your horse. Don't let go of that left trigger because you'll let go of the lasso. Hold the left trigger. Walk up to the horse, or to the deer, and stab it in the neck.
There you go.
Perfect kill. Perfect kill right there. You get a perfect pelt, perfect kill. Stab it right in the neck. It's kind of brutal because Arthur just pulls out his knife and it's like, and the deer is like fucking struggling with you, you know? It's all freaking out, struggling. You're like stabbing it in the neck, like slitting his throat open. It's like, oh, damn, Arthur, calm down.
I do like doing some stealth kills, and then Arthur's just like repeatedly stabbing the person like in the neck, dude.
It's like, holy shit, brutal. Arthur, like you're crazy, dude. Yeah, I remember did a few of those, where like I walk up.
The very first stealth mission you do, man, they give you like the throwing knives. So I'm like, oh, cool, throwing knife. So I'm kind of just, like aiming it up, and I chuck it, and the sound it makes, it's gory, and then I nailed the dude right in the head, and he just dropped. And so then we come up to these two other guys, and so I told John to take one. I took the other one. I walk up to this guy, dude. I get up. I grab him by the mouth so he can't say anything, and he's repeatedly stabbing him in the neck like 10
prison
times,
style,
dude.
Huh?
Yeah, he's pretty much shanking the dude.
This guy.
and then like we let him fall, and then I loot him, of course. And then this was where it really pissed me off about the mission, though, but it was still kind of cool. I get my throwing knife again. Perfect headshot. The dude doesn't die. He's got a freaking blade in his head. He's not dead. Like it makes the sound like you hit him.
Yeah.
And then the dude drops. So I'm like, sweet, another kill. Then the dude gets up and starts shooting me. I'm like,
he's like,
I have a knife
you didn't throw that hard enough.
Zombie motherfucker, I'm up again.
And so like that was totally botched, and I went in guns blazing after that. Yeah. I haven't played anything. I tried to play Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I got to the title screen. I'm like, no, I'm gonna play Red Dead.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other game right now. I don't want to play anything else but Red Dead. Like, this game is living up to the hype.
It's so much fun, dude. I've run so many ambushes, so many things. Got the Pinkertons on our asses. Like, it's like the game is coming. Like this crazy climatic ending, but I don't want to get there just yet. I'm like, just a little bit longer. Just let me go do all this side quest shit real quick, and I'll be back. Right. I'll be back, boys. We'll go do these missions. We'll go rob these things. We're fine. We'll be fine here. Man, so good. So good. Just be careful. One thing I'll tell you guys, be careful in the swamps when it's foggy at night.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that, yeah.
Be careful. The night stalkers. The night walkers or the night stalkers are out there.
Ooh.
They killed me once.
Amen.
And I've never seen them. They killed me once, and I've never seen them again. Never saw them again.
Nightwalkers, okay.
They set me up, man. There was a lady crying. I rode up my horse. She's all crying. She reminded me of the witch in Left 4 Dead. You know the Left 4 Dead game?
Ooh, yeah.
She's sitting there crying in the middle of the fucking swamp. I walk up to her. I'm like, what's going on, lady? She doesn't answer. I get off my horse, walk up to her. What's going on, lady? Nothing. Get a little bit closer. I don't have my guns on me because I'm like, it's just a lady crying in the middle of the forest.
So innocent.
I walk up to her. She jumps up, fucking stabs me in the chest with like a poisoned blade because my health keeps going down automatically. And I don't even have time enough to react to what the hell just happened. These 4 dudes jumped out of the fucking trees. And they're running at me full speed, and they all just stab me to death.
Damn.
Fucking stab me. They didn't even shoot me. They didn't have the decency to shoot me. They fucking stabbed me to death, dude. Like, oh man, I feel horrible. Never seen them again. I don't know. Maybe they just pop up once and kill you and never show up again. Or I don't know. But that's it, guys. That's enough Red Dead talk. We've talked so much Red Dead.
I think we talked like 2 hours of Red Dead, dude.
People, it's just, if you haven't bought this game, go buy it. I don't care what you play it on. Xbox Original, PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One X. Just go play this game. Like, It'll
wanna
be
know-
the best $60 you ever spent.
Before we stop talking about it, for the online part that, is going to come out, we just don't know when. I think it'd be super cool if we could have, the Horrible Gamers community, we make a camp and like we're our gang,
That'd be
like
lit.
you can
Yeah.
have like your own gangs and you can fight different factions and oh dude, that'd be so much fun. Then then us three can go rob banks together.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. The potential there, dude.
Dude, yeah, it's gonna.
Let's have a
the
poker
online
game,
part's gonna be
boys.
sweet.
And all of a sudden, we're all shooting each other because no one wants to pay when they lose.
Dude, oh man,
No, that's
so
going to be you.
hype.
You're going to be shooting everybody. I'd be
I
like,
ain't
"God
paying
damn it."
shit, motherfuckers. Pull out my guns.
We're all in a circle, like holding each other up
Yeah.
with guns pointing at each other, like on the episode of The
Some
Office.
Mexican standoff, boys. What we
Yeah.
gonna do here? Everyone's just pulling out guns.
Yeah,
I pull out a gun. Eric pulled out a gun. Gunny pulls out a gun.
there's tumbleweeds going through.
It's gonna be so much
Oh,
fun, man. The
Dude, I
potential
can't wait
the
for that.
online.
Is there a release date for that, or is it?
Yes, I think they said November 19th or 20th. That's like the same date.
dude, a
Battlefield
whole
comes out.
year.
Another month.
Dang.
What?
No, it's this month.
Yeah,
November.
I thought you said 2019.
No, November 20th or 19th.
Oh,
I think they're
okay.
rolling. Yeah, because I heard on our podcast they were rolling out some closed beta stuff to certain individuals.
I'm hyped, dude.
Let's close.
it's gonna
Dude,
be
once that
insane.
hits, man, we're gonna create a gang. If you want to join the Horrible Gamers gang, you gotta just join.
Just join. Hit us up.
Just join. Hit us up.
Posse up, boys.
We'll rob some banks. We'll kill some people.
All the people. We're gonna have such high bounty. We're gonna have all the Pinkertons after us.
We're gonna kill everybody.
Yeah.
The game will not be able to respawn nobody because we kill
Yeah,
them.
what about the it's the app for Rockstar?
Yeah.
What is it called? It's not working. I have it on my iPad,
Yeah,
but
the companion app seems to stop working after the first day for me. I used it on Friday when it came out last week, and then I was like, why the fuck am I using this? I could just press start and open up my map. And then
Right,
I
and I
try to
think
do
if
it
you-
again, and it just
Yeah.
it's all like little lock icons on there. Like it doesn't let me open up the map or nothing. I don't know if they have too many users, they can't like support the servers, or if they just shut it down for some reason.
yeah, and also if you hold down the start button, it'll
Yeah.
auto pop on the map. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
A rating of 3.7 on Google Play.
I'm checking it now, but
Why?
I don't think it works.
Yeah, I don't think
Why?
I mean,
it's
it gives you a
working, dude.
menu of certain things, but
And
but
then
it
for
doesn't
me,
actually connect.
it kept saying like log into Rockstar, so I kept logging into my Rockstar account, and it was like no game sessions found, and then it would show my game session. It would be like Jesus Walks Loud, Xbox One, and it would be like playing right now. So I'd be connect, and then it was like connecting. Then it would never connect. Then they would connect, and they would say like your map is locked or whatever. Like it wouldn't let me open up my map. I was like, what's the point of me having this if it doesn't let me use my fucking map? You know,
Right.
Yeah. So
But they'll
kind of
get that
useless
fixed.
right now.
They'll get that fixed eventually. But anyways, guys, we'll take a quick break and come right back after this break with some news. Maybe some Red Dead news, eh? More Red Dead for you folks. Be right back after this musical break. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, from that break. Hopefully you enjoyed that break music. And we enjoyed it. We like the breaks. Yeah. Anyways, it's news time.
News machine is booting up.
And some news about Red Dead Redemption 2 here. Red Dead Redemption 2 app has leaked some details about the Red Dead Online. So, let's get some details about Red Dead Online, boys.
Let's do it.
So, apparently, Red Dead Online will feature private sessions as well as seamless PvE. So, how it's going to be, I don't know. What does seamless PvE mean? It's like just run into someone and start shootout? I don't know what the hell seamless PvE means.
I'm going to look.
Seamless PvE. Look it up.
I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm stumped on that one.
Apparently, it's going to launch, of course, this month, November, in the public. It's going to be a beta, not a actual launch of it. It's kind of weird. It's a public beta. And you can play alone or in a party. So you can party up with people and play with them, or play alone, I guess. Pretty much. You will also get features like Grand Theft Auto 5, such as it's going to be a recorder feature. So, like, on GTA 5, you can like make movies. It's called director mode in that game, where you can play as a cop and then have a cop car and then like have like another do a certain action, and then you could like record everything and make like a movie or whatever. Well, you're gonna have that available in this game once the online component comes available.
It's a good, it's like a good companion to like make a good YouTube video.
Yeah, pretty much.
Especially for creators.
There's people that are actually, my brother watches these people that's all they do is make like these movies and add like a, voices over it or something, and just fucking make these movies about like cops arresting people and shit like that. There's one like my brother watches, this guy who plays a cop. That's all he does.
Sheriff Eli.
Something. He just plays a cop, and then he's always doing dumb shit. Arresting people, whipping them up. And pretty much that's all this article really covers. It's just that. But of course, expect there to be gambling, heist, stuff like that. It's going to be available in the online, of course. So I'm excited for that. I want some gambling. And
I'll be on that.
Another Red Dead Redemption news. People are using Red Dead Redemption 2's Unreal graphics to draw penises in the snow. So in the snow, if you notice, you can like walk through the snow and it'll leave like your tracks, where you're walking.
Yep.
And people are drawing penises with this.
What? No way.
Yeah, of course they are.
Why would they do that?
Why wouldn't they?
Because it's fun, Gunny. Jeez.
They draw penises everywhere.
Too many dicks.
Snow
on the
dicks.
dance
Look at
floor.
that.
Too many dicks. Too many dicks on the dance floor.
Even Peter Molyneux decided to join in the fun, and he drew a dick and posted it on Twitter.
Oh, I see his tweet now. Yeah.
It says, to the tech artists who worked multiple late nights on the snow deformation technology, know that you've brought much joy to the world. And yeah, so that's what people are doing. I mean, if you want to do this, experience this yourself, head on over to the snow in the map, and deep snow, not the light snow, the deep snow. And go ahead and draw some stuff there. You can.
If you're not sure what it looks like, just go to YouTube and then watch a tutorial of how to make a dick, make a penis.
If you don't know how, I guess some people may not know.
Never.
How, right?
Anyway, yeah.
Guys, another news. A video game website owned by British magazine digital publisher TI Media, or TL Media, I think that's TI. TI Media issued an apology to Take-Two Interactive for running a story based on the Red Dead Redemption 2 leak. And they've now donated over $1 million to charities chosen by Take-Two Games.
Goodness gracious.
It says here on February 6, 2018, they published, it says, quote, February 6, 2018, we published an article that was sourced from a confidential corporate document, end quote. And according to the post, It says here, we should have known this information was confidential and should not have published it. We unreservedly apologize to Take-Two Games, and we have undertaken not to repeat such actions again.
No.
Yeah. So it says here, the article, which detailed a number of aspects of the game, including a Battle Royale mode for the online, has, of course, since been replaced with an apology. But yeah. Yeah.
Just carelessness on their part. But yeah, that'll teach them a lesson right there. $1 million.
Yep.
And it says here, of course, Take-Two Interactive released a statement saying Take-Two takes security very seriously and will take legal action against people or publications who leak confidential information. Because this situation involved information about Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar Games directed the settlement funds to these three great charities: the American Indian College Fund, the American Prairie Reserve, and the First Nations Development Institute. So those will be the foundations receiving the money for this $1 million this company's paying.
Awesome.
Crazy. Fucking crazy. And not just that, but I mean, remember how a few weeks ago we talked about how some retailers weren't going to get the game early until November 8th or something like that?
Yes.
Well, those were on a list Rockstar made, and when GTA 5 came out, all those retailers got copies of GTA 5 like on time, right? Before the game released, they got them early.
Right.
And, well, turns out that Rockstar, when people were posting a lot of videos of GTA 5 online saying, hey, I got my copy early, check out my copy, got it early. Well, Rockstar kept a list of those names, and they found out where those people bought. They found out where people bought those games, and they figured out, like, you know what? If you're going to leak our game and give our game out early, even a few days early, even 1 day early, we're going to blacklist you. And they blacklisted all those retailers until November 8th. Like,
dang.
No,
Wow.
You want to fuck with us and sell our game early because you want to make extra money because people are going to go to your store and buy the game early? Well, guess what? This time you're not going to get our games at all. Right on lunch. Fuck you.
Damn.
So yeah, they
That's
remembered
cool.
guys from 5 years ago who leaked their games.
And you could even see Bethesda following suit with the article we read last week with them, with the new game that was listed on eBay and just how they're treating things as far as how their games are handled. Man, it's amazing. But because there's always just money involved, right? So they don't fuck
Bethesda's
around.
got some issues to figure out. They should not worry about all that right now.
Yeah, I
Their game
didn't
right
want to
now
derail
is
it, but I
not-
just was
not in a
thinking
good
in
state.
general as far as
Right. Yeah.
how a company, these video game companies like Rockstar, are.
I mean, I would do the same thing. If it was my company, I'd do the same freaking thing.
Make a list.
Make a list, check it twice, see who's naughty and nice.
Yeah, that's money lost out of their account. I would be mad too. So
Yeah.
In other news, Mario Segal, the namesake for Nintendo's Mario character and a successful American real estate developer, passed away on October 27th. Says Segal was surrounded by his family in Tukwila, Washington, and he was 84 years old. Says here Segal developed office buildings and malls in Washington State, and in 1998 sold his construction services company to an Irish organization for $60 million. In 1981, Segal was renting a Tukwila warehouse to Nintendo of America. Shigeru Miyamoto had created the Mario character for his game Donkey Kong, but was calling him Jumpman and his girlfriend Lady. Nintendo wanted a proper name for the character, so they named the hero after their landlord, and Lady Pauline after a Nintendo of America employee's wife. So we don't know what to name this guy. What the fuck? His name is Jumpman. Jumpman is stupid because Michael Jordan is going to use that in the future.
right.
So we can't use Jumpman, guys. We're looking into the future. No way, Jumpman. No way. We can't do that. So then they named him Mario after their landlord. That's pretty crazy.
That is.
I never knew that.
I knew that before, but then I didn't notice too. I was reading this article earlier where, throughout the years, he wanted no part of it as far as like,
Yeah, it says here. Like,
just because he thought it would hurt his business because he was a rich man. I mean,
he was
even
a real estate agent. He was like
60 million back in,
98. Yeah.
98. So that's like, how much is that worth now?
100 million more. Like it's a lot
Right.
of money, dude. So
Was he getting paid for his name
No.
being used?
no.
He even said at the end, he was like, towards the end, he was like, I'm still waiting on those checks, the royalty checks to come pouring in. But I think
Right.
he was just talking to Jess. He's like, I got so much money already. So, but yeah. And you also notice like in his name, you take away the LE and it's Sega. Like how could with just not being associated with
Conspiracy.
Nintendo? What's going on here? How many times has he been asked, so are you a gamer, dude?
Well, I don't play games. I'm too rich for this shit. He was old by the time. By the time the game even released, he was old. You know what I mean? They're saying 1981 is when the character was created, and he was leasing his warehouse to Nintendo. So
I mean, so yeah,
he was an adult then who used to lease warehouses. By the 90s and 80s or whatever, he was old, dude. Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Anyways, that happened. He passed away. Rest in peace, rich man. Rest in peace. In other news, Sony has now revealed the complete list for their PlayStation Classic. Here's the list. Battle Arena Toshinden, Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy VII, Grand Theft Auto, Intelligent Cube,
Big
Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Mr. Driller, Outer World Abe's Odyssey, Rayman, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Revelations Persona, Ridge Racer Type Form, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms. That's your list of a game or your PlayStation Classic, releasing at $99.99.
Nice.
Yeah.
I played them all. I like Ridge Racer. That was a pretty good racing series. Matter of fact, I even bought it on not the Vita. What was the one before it?
PSP.
The PSP. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
No, there's no Crash or Spyro, one of the two biggest
Well, you got to consider
PlayStation. They're owned by Activision. They don't even have those technically
PS3
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to that on the IGN Beyond podcast. They were talking about that today, and they were saying that they were thinking that the remasters and both of them being owned by Activision is hurting them because they can't put it on there because they're being remastered.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to get the licensing and stuff right for even like Tony Hawk,
Yeah, they were talking about that
things.
too. Yeah, with the music. Yeah, it sucks, but I'm not gonna get this. I'm not gonna pay $100 for these games when I can go get these games for $2-3 at my local game store.
Yeah, or like Twisted Metal. Like Twisted Metal 2 was really good. Obviously, an improvement over the first of a few of these games.
I played Twisted Metal with my buddy just like a month ago. That game is weird. That was the first time I've ever played it, and it's so weird because it's hard to control. And
It is. It's hard to control. That was the thing that frustrated me. But yeah. Either way, yeah.
Well, in other news, guys, Microsoft Research has prototyped a Xbox controller for phones and tablets. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
And I even say on this show, Jesus, where I was talking about, the near future is tablets, phones, and tablet gaming.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess I can include streaming, but
Right. It says here, I'm looking at it on the. It looks like an Xbox controller, kind of split in half, a little bit like they've kind of shaped it more like a PlayStation controller. And you just snap it onto the side of the phone and use it. I guess kind of looks like a Switch type.
It does, yeah.
Almost. It looks okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you think? Do you think it'll be popular with maybe not Microsoft's, but everybody else's? Like I'm sure Sony will have one, and
Do you think
Razer will come up
Microsoft's
with a pair.
gonna get back into the phone game and try to do a bundle with all this stuff?
Maybe. There's one that has like a grip on it, and there's one that doesn't have the grip on it. See, like,
Right.
it seems to me like the grips are removable, and you can have a grip on your device or not have it on the controllers. Up to you on how you want to hold your device or whatever, your iPhone, Android phone, etc.
No, I think it's going to be, hey, you've got a Bluetooth controller. It's all going to be
Yeah, I think
compatible.
it's all Bluetooth. Yeah, it's all. The problem with that is, I ran into it before where I've tried to use controllers on my phone or whatever. Some games support it and some don't at all.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hit or miss, like what game is going to support controller and what isn't. Like nowadays, most do, but some still don't. You'll launch a game on iPhone and it'll be like your controller is not supported in this game. Don't use it. And then
Right.
you'll launch another game and it'll be like, yeah, controller. If you have a controller, connect it to your Bluetooth. We'll try to make it work or whatever. Like, so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I wonder, like, if, say, Microsoft was to release this as an actual merchandise item, can they get all these app developers now to, like, optimize their games for the controllers?
Right. I'm looking at that bottom picture, guys. I know the listeners can't see that, but where it just kind of shows the two, where the controls, the buttons are, but where are the grips for, or do they fold under?
You could remove them. It looks
Oh,
like they're
okay.
removable. From what I'm looking at, it looks like they're removable. It looks like, because if you look at the other picture where it has the grips, it kind of looks like they're snapped on there almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you look at the bottom one, they're gone. So I'm assuming they're removable grips.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they'll
I would-
release this. Maybe they won't. Who knows for sure? It's prototyped, so it means they have working out there somewhere.
Yeah.
But companies, they prototype stuff. Sometimes they're like, nope, this isn't working. It's garbage.
Sure. Anyone like Microsoft, or even trying to think Apple or whoever it might be, can just throw $10-20 million at this thing and it wouldn't bat an eye if it doesn't go anywhere. So
Yeah. In other news, EA has now announced their new cloud gaming platform, Project Atlas. They say that this platform will be able to stream the company's latest video games to almost any mobile device or computer with a sufficient internet connection. Apparently, the Chief Technology Officer, Ken Moss, detailed Project Atlas in a blog on October 29th. And yeah, so this comes after Google launched their their beta for Project Stream. Microsoft announced their xCloud. So now EA is in the same game. Right? Hey, we got one too, guys. We got one too. Hey, we got one too. Project Atlas.
got to keep up with the
They
Joneses.
said, quote, with the unified platform of Project Atlas, game makers will have the ability to seamlessly deploy security measures, including SSL certificates, configurations, appropriate encryption of data, and zero downtime patches for every feature from a single secure source. This means that they can focus on what game makers are best at, creating the best games. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Pretty much here it says that EA's obviously been doing this for a while now. They've been trying to cut out the middleman, trying to get people enticed to buy their games for different, reasons. And this might be a good one. Think about it. Play FIFA anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
There's tons of players that'll do that. Play Madden anywhere, anytime. Tons
And you're
of players
not-
that'll do that.
Yeah, and so people are already doing that, but they're just kind of just swiping their finger back and forth. So now you're going to get more intuitive controls.
Yeah.
You're playing your friends now and not just some AI BS.
You're playing a real
Man, that'll be
game on the
huge.
phone. Yeah.
Huge.
I've been playing.
Right, Alan,
that,
maybe? Yeah.
I've been on that Project Stream from Google, and it works. It fucking works. You connect your controller to your laptop with a fucking cable. You're here, boom, controller's connected. And instead of telling you to press the space bar or whatever, press A or press X. Like it knows you're using an Xbox controller. It's like press X, press LT, press RB. Same controls as the game on the Xbox. Same thing. It works, dude.
Nice.
I'm impressed. Like, holy fuck. And it's the future, man. Just the future is coming.
The future is coming. The future is coming.
Bring it on. I'm ready.
News.
I'll get a big tablet.
Trainee Surgeon Saeed Froggy used to play video games like Age of Empires and Halo in his spare time during medical school. But he says that these games, instead of harming his learning, and he believes that the time he spent in front of a screen has actually helped improve his surgery skills.
Hand-eye coordinations, man.
He says, video games have made me good at my surgeries and what I do and etc. So it helped him, do like what he does. He's
got to cut that spleen right in half now.
He says it's just like it's hand-eye coordination, like you said, Eric. And there's actually research here that says people that text a lot, texters is what they call them. Those texters out there.
Don't encourage them, man. Don't encourage those people.
Texters actually react faster than normal humans. You have a faster reaction time. If you're a texter, you text a lot, you're like texting on your phone all the time, you have a faster reaction time than most people.
Yeah, I've seen those people where they're just going crazy on their phones. But how many words you write a minute?
Mobile phone frequent users and texters have improved reaction times. Yeah. There you go, boys.
Sure. Video games are good for surgeons.
Go text. And if you're a doctor,
go play Surgeon Simulator.
You're going to become a surgeon in school. Go play video games.
Text and drive.
And text
fast.
everywhere. Just
text fast, drive slow.
Text everywhere.
Just text all the time and use your phone a lot and all that. Play video games. Fuck school. Just do that.
Just quit school. Just be a professional gamer. Just do it. You want to. Deep down, you really want to.
Yeah.
Be a professional streamer.
It's pretty much in other news. Microsoft's new All Access plan allows you to pay for your shit with payments. So that's it. I mean, this is pretty much, we've covered this before. You buy an Xbox, you pay the $25 a month, $35 a month or whatever. Now they've expanded that program to their tablets, to their Surface tablets. So now you can get a Surface bundle starting at $24.99.
Dude, that's tempting.
And
that is
because my wife needs a new computer for school, and that would probably be perfect for her because all she does is write papers, and she does online courses. So I feel like that tablet would be like amazing to have.
Yeah, it says here for the Surface, you get a Surface Go, you get the cover that turns into a keyboard, and 2 years of Office 365.
Wow.
And you pay $25 a month. Yeah.
What?
For 24 months.
I might want to do this.
You save $30 altogether because it said if you add all those prices up, like we were just to go outright, pay for 2 years of Office and buy a Surface Go and buy the cover, it would be $630 for all that. But with this, you're going to pay $600 in 2 years.
That's a good deal because you could take that money and use it for something else,
Yeah, $30, man. $30 gets you lots of food.
Yeah.
It's a lot of McChickens there, man. 30 McChickens.
Look at all the chickens.
That's 4 Starbucks venti coffees a day.
4 Starbucks. It's 4 Starbucks coffee in a day because that's all how much they cost. Fucking $30.
Venti with caramel. Yeah.
Gotta get my latte. $25 a month. Yeah, buddy.
Damn, that is a sweet deal for that.
That is a really good deal. I want to freaking get one now.
Go get yourself a tablet, Eric.
I might, man.
I had a Surface Go. Is that what it was called? Probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago. Yeah.
I don't know if they were called the Go back then. I think they were just called the Surface, but
no, I think I had the Go version because I remember Mark from this Xbox Live. He had the one above that.
Yeah.
Because mine did have the folding keyboard, and it didn't have.
There's the Pro, and there's a Surface Pro, and then there's a Surface like the main one.
Yeah, it's mainly I mean, and it like actually plays like real games. Where this one, I think Go is more like an iPad, where you can't just like download applications, you know? You have to go through the store itself. Where the one above it is, it's just like a PC or a laptop. But you can do pretty much anything with that. So yeah, a good deal for people don't have $600 to burn or.
Now, can we get that off the Microsoft Store online, or do you have to physically go to a Microsoft store?
No, you can order it online now. Before, like it was, you have to go to the store to get the Xbox, but they've actually updated their stuff now where you can just go to the website and apply for it and they'll ship it.
Yeah, I would think it would be
Gotcha.
more of a, maybe like a credit type thing, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and this is a perfect time for it because the holiday's coming around.
Yeah. Good time to release all this stuff, right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. That's all I have for news. I mean, one last piece of news here for a game coming out, I believe. I don't know when this game is coming. When the hell is this game coming out? I don't know when it's coming out. But the developers of The Surge 2 have said that they're going to fucking go all out on the Xbox One X version. They said, we're going all out, motherfuckers. You think Red Dead did something good? Wait till we're done with our game.
Oh, The Surge.
Yeah,
okay, I don't
The
know who
Surge.
makes that, but
Yeah.
I know it's on Xbox now, but I played it back on PC.
Hey, to go back to that story about the Surface, the Microsoft Surface tablet thing, the Surface Pro 6, which I'm assuming is the new one for them, they have it on the Microsoft Store starting at $47.87 per month for 24 months.
See, wow, that's pretty good.
And you can get the top of the line tablet for just $50 for 24 months. 0 APR. Just
Yeah.
wanted to throw that little tidbit out.
Cool.
Good stuff. Good stuff. But that's all I have for news. I mean, that's all I really have.
Do you want to go? You want to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2 more? No, I'm just
Let's
kidding.
go back to Red Dead.
We're talking about
More
Red
Red Dead
Dead.
talk.
Did that already.
I want to talk about Red Dead all day. I don't care, Red Dead. Man.
We're talking about Red Dead.
But let's go into community questions. Ladies and gentlemen, you can leave us questions in our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. Go join the group on Facebook. It's a closed group, so that means anything you post in the group is only visible by members of the group, like ourselves. We're part of the group. I'm part of the group. Are you part of the group? Join the group.
Join the group.
Our Discord as well. Discord link is in our show notes. Go join that. And you can leave questions there as well. You can always email us feedback at horriblegamers.com. Guys and girls, let's get into questions. Question time. Go, Gunny.
Community questions. All right. First one is from Darren Hilton. And he asks, with so much to do in Red Dead, other than the main story, are you guys trying to 100% the game and do everything on the checklist, including all achievements? He says that I am. Well, he says I'm going to try.
No, I can't.
Start with you, Jesus. You're just going to 100% this shit or what?
I'm going to play the game twice. I don't know if I'll ever 100% it because there's so much to do. There's so much hunting, dude. Like I said, when I went to my camp today and I found out how to craft furniture for my camp, all that shit is a lot of hunting. Like, a lot of hunting, dude. Like, for like a table or something, like I said, like to craft this table or to craft this other shit, you need like 5 perfect jaguar skins or cougar skins or whatever. It's like, fuck, gotta go find 5 of those things, kill them, and bring them all the way back here, and then it's gonna take a long time, dude. How the fuck am I gonna do that? You know, like,
Yeah.
I should have done that in the beginning of the game. How the hell am I gonna find? I have a hard time finding one of those things, like a cougar. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna find 5 of them.
I would think most of the time we'd be spent in the wikis and YouTube videos and what's the best way and the fastest way to get everything, and even then, you know.
Every animal in the game is like hunt 5 of these birds, 5 of these crocodiles or alligators, like 6 of them. And they all have to be perfect pelts. Like it says, perfect. You gotta have perfect pelts. And it's like, okay, then you gotta figure out how do you get a perfect crocodile skin? Do you shoot it in the head with the rifle? Do you shoot it in the stomach? Do you shoot it? Like, if it doesn't go down once, can I shoot it twice and still get a perfect one? I don't know. You know, like, all that has to factor in, and that's kind of impossible for me. I mean, I don't know. There's people that'll figure it out, but I don't have that much patience.
I'm just going to try to beat the game. I'm not going to 100% it.
Shooting everybody, that's all I'm doing.
I'm just going to rob every bank known to man in that game. I'm going to pull a Jesus and just rob everything,
Eric,
kill everyone.
No, Eric, calm down. You can't rob banks outside of missions.
Well, I'll prove everyone wrong. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Well, I thought...
Whoa, partner, calm down there.
Yeah. Is that a challenge?
Because I tried that. That's how I got my $250 bounty on Valentine, that state or whatever.
I was going to say, there's an option to just rob the bank.
So you can't just randomly go to a bank and rob it?
No.
It has to be a mission?
No, because the cashiers are behind a counter, and they're fucking locked in there in a cage.
What about at night?
No,
Can I sneak in?
No, you can't. The bank is closed at night. No.
I can lather the wall with dynamite and blow it up.
I've tried to kick the doors of businesses that are closed,
okay?
And I can't do it, man. I've tried to kick doors in, and it doesn't let me kick the door. Like, okay, so I did. I went into Valentine Bank. I was I've robbed this bank. I was like, I robbed this bank before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rob this bank again. I can do it twice. Pulled out my gun, had my mask on, and the guard was like, "Great, you take the fucking mask off and put your gun away." And I was standing there and I was looking at him, and he's like, "I said, put your gun away and take that mask off. Show me your face." Pulled my rifle at him, shot him dead. I'm pointing my rifle at the cashier, and I'm like, doesn't give me the prompt. Doesn't tell you, like, press Y to rob, tell him to open the door.
Oh, gosh.
So then I had, like, the police after me, and then I killed all of them.
See, that, it should allow you to just
You could rob a store?
do it.
Yeah, you can do those, because I saw it, actually an animation popped up for when I went to the first.
Yeah.
It was the gun store, and he's like, I left, and the game's like, hey, by the way, you can rob that store if you wanted to. Just an option.
And some stores have side businesses that you can rob too. Yeah.
Okay.
I was at a train station because I was looking for the preacher guy. And
Playing poker.
I thought about robbing the place, but I don't know. I've been kind of scared too. But I'm just gonna go. You've hyped me up, Jesus, to rob everyone and everything in the game. So
Do it. You'll have $4,000 like I do. And
I'm gonna be freaking rich.
You're rich, man.
And I'm not gonna share any of it with my camps. I'm like, screw you. This is my money.
Once I upgraded my camp all the way, I don't give them shit anymore. They'll tell you. They'll like, Dutch will come up to you. Hey, can I have a word with you, Arthur? And it's like, what's going on? I need you to donate money, boy. What the fuck have you been doing? You haven't donated money in months. Like, they'll talk shit to you. Like, the first one that talked shit to me was Miss O'Shea, his girlfriend or his wife or whatever.
Yeah.
She's like, you haven't done nothing for the camp. Arthur, what are you doing? You got all this money given unto us. And then, like the second time was Dutch, and he came up to me and he's like, boy, I thought you were my son. What's going on here? You know, like, you need to be giving us money. What's going on? It's like, I'm sorry, Dutch. Sorry, I'll go give you $5 right now. Give me a second.
Here's $1.
I gave him $10.
Yeah, just to shut him up. But as far as me 100%ing the game, no. I mean, I want to experience the story, which is, what I'm doing now mostly.
Yeah.
I do want to. I'll do a little fishing. I'll do some hunting. Just a little bit of everything. I want to experience it all, but not 100% of everything.
After I beat this game, I'm gonna go back to OG Red Dead and play that.
That'd be good because the story apparently just picks up right after this game.
Yep.
And that game is fucked up, dude. The game is fucked up.
That's my plan.
Anyway, our next question from Brendan Tulp Jr. He wants to know, how much candy did you get from your kids going out? How many Snicker bars did you get?
I didn't get any. I didn't get any. My kid's mother took her out this year for trick-or-treating, and they got the candy over there stashed. So no candies for me.
Damn.
I have no kids to take out, but we got candy for kids, and we only had 3 kids show up.
So you got a lot of leftover candy.
We have a lot of leftover candy. And then my wife's work, they had like a little Halloween party. And she came home with a full bag, like a grocery bag of candy. So, yeah. And on top of that, my birthday was last week, so she made me cupcakes. So we have a bunch of sugar in this house. And, yeah.
Yeah, for me, my kid's 12, so I told him, this is your last trick-or-treating. I said, you can still dress up. I'm just not taking you trick-or-treating anymore.
What?
But
what?
Take that kid trick-or-treating.
Why are you not taking him trick-or-treating no more?
Well, the Facebook court said it after 12 is that's the cutoff point.
Facebook don't know anything.
Why?
I don't know. He's pretty tall, too, so I don't know.
Why would you do that to your child, Gunny? Take him trick-or-treating next year.
I know. I was just giving him a hard time, but where I live at, they go all out, man, when they're downtown. These rich people downtown, they have a lot of money. So, man, they got music going and lights, and I took like a whole video of just some performance going on. It was pretty tight. But as far, I got some pretty good candy. I got what is it? I don't see him very often in the grocery store, but he brought home the 100 grand or 1,000 grand, whatever it's called.
100 grand.
100 grand.
100 grand.
100 grand.
I was tearing those up.
They're like those are like Crunch almost, right? They're kind of like the Crunch candies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, those are pretty. But they got caramel inside. Those are pretty good. Pretty good.
But I got some suckers. Some of them Tootsie. I love them Tootsie Rolls.
I don't like the regular Tootsie Rolls. I like the flavored ones, like the.
Yes, orange is good.
Fuck, those are good. Yeah, orange flavored.
I didn't know they had flavored ones.
Yeah, they got like special ones. They're like they look like Tootsie Rolls, but they're colored like different colors, like strawberry flavor. This is lime. Yeah.
Yeah, those are good. Now I want an orange Tootsie Roll. He had another question. Brian had another question. When is Evan going to be back? Evan Tanaka going to be back on with a new rap and sound effects?
I don't know. Ask Evan.
Where's our sound effects, man? We need some sound effects for the show.
He got sound effects in last week. I put him in. You guys yeah, he got sound effects.
We need a new rap, Evan. Make us a
Wild West rap. Yeah.
Wild West rap. There you go. Wild West. There you go.
It's the Wild West. Do it, Evan.
That'd be tight.
Next question.
Next one, Robbie Wheat. What's the best mission you've done so far? In the game so far.
I can't say because it'll spoil it. Nope.
You kind of said it with that one at the camp, like you enjoyed that one pretty much, right?
That was fun, but that
shootout,
one like many that I've had fun with.
I think one that stood out to me the most was the stealth one, the first one you do.
Yeah, that was good.
Because I love anything with throwing knives.
There's one that happened to me with the O'Driscolls, but I'm not going to tell you what happened. But it involves the O'Driscolls, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Stealth too. That's a very stealthy mission. It's cool.
As far as best missions, I know a lot of people, and even including you, and a lot of people like, just that beginning of the game stuff. I didn't quite. It was kind of just not very, a very exciting opening. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the way it opened up. So, when you end up at that place where that town's kind of burnt down, but
where they're burning that chick's house down or whatever, and she comes out with the knife. I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna kill her.
That lady's actually like part of the gang now in the game. Like she's like hanging out with us.
That's cool. Because they were saying they were going to get somewhere and then just like let her go on her own if she wants, but
no,
that's cool.
She joins the gang. She's like, I guess I'll roll with you guys now.
I mean, hell, she could have
beat them, join them.
She could have ended up dead, but she was probably just so shocked that she was alive. But
tell you what, lots of people in my gang have died. I won't tell you how, but they've died.
Oh no!
Oh really?
Spoiler, man.
Nope, you won't know.
Damn it!
You won't know expect that when it happens.
All right.
I want Micah to die. I don't like Micah.
I do too. I don't like him either.
I hate Micah.
At first, I hated John. Like John Marston. I was like, this guy's a fucking piece of shit. Like his wife hates him. Right. His kid hates him. I hate him. Everyone hates him. What the fuck? Why did I like him so much in the first game? And No, I'm coming around. Kind of like
I
John.
rolled into
You didn't know
Valentine.
anything about him in the first game.
I rolled into Valentine today, and I think it was like because he's the one you rescued, right?
Yeah, the one.
Yeah, you
beginning-
rescue him.
Yeah,
in
so he
Strawberry.
goes in to that other saloon that's on the right-hand side,
Yeah.
and I'm rolling up in the town to do something else. He's over there like, help me out. And I look over. I didn't know it was him at first, and then I kind of just got off my horse and moseyed on over there. And one of the guys in the bar was just kind of punching him around, and then he was done with him, and he went in, and Mike was like, you could have helped. I'm going back to camp, right? And I was like, yeah, fuck you too, and just went back to what I was doing.
I don't like him either. Like, even later on in the game, I still kind of... I like all the gang. Kind of Micah's the one I don't like.
I don't like Micah. I find him annoying.
I like Javier. I like John. I like Abigail. I like all the other people, all the ladies in the camp. They're all cool.
Uncle cracks me up.
Yeah, they're all... Uncle's funny. He's always drunk. He's always fucking wasted. His problem is every mission he plans it, but he's fucking wasted when he plans it, so like it's like never a good plan. It's like even Arthur's like every mission, he's like, everything I do with you is a fucking fuck up, Uncle. Like there's not one mission that could go right. Like it's gonna be a shootout at the end of it because he plans his stealth thing, and then it all goes wrong. Something goes wrong.
So that was Robbie Wheat's next question was, what's your favorite character in the game apart from John Marston?
Mine would have to be Uncle, I think. Or Javier. I like Javier too.
Mine is, what's the black chick's name? Tinny? Or the black girl? She's in the crew.
Speaking of her, you confronted her and that dude, right? Or the guy that
was beating her on the side of the building. Yeah, that comes up later too.
It does it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You find out she's pretty ruthless. Yeah, her name is Tinny or something like that, or whatever the fuck her name is. She's pretty cool. I like her a lot. I always make it like a point in the game where like I go out of my way to go find her in the camp and talk to her like every time I'm there. Like, hi, how you doing? She's like, oh, I'm doing fine, Arthur.
Yeah, I'd have to say Jose. I like him.
Hosea is fucking awesome. Hosea Strauss is pretty cool. Hosea is probably like one of the coolest guys because he's like, from what I'm getting from the story is he's the oldest guy besides you that's been part of the gang. You, him, and John are the oldest members of the gang, and Dutch, of course, but it seems like everyone else is kind of come and gone, and Micah's like the newest one. Micah, that's why he's like so like gung-ho and wants to kill everything because he doesn't give a shit because he hasn't been part of the gang in a long time, you know?
Yeah, I like I said last week, I think I like Jose first because I think he's a little more reserved.
He looks like you, Gunny.
Jose. See, old man Jose, you know?
Put a
but he's
cowboy
like,
hat on, you look just like him.
Hell yeah. I think because he's like, when Dutch is like, hell yeah, we're just going there, guns a-blazing, and let's go right now, or whatever, and Jose is like, whoa, really? Is that what we need to be doing right now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he has that voice of reason where it's like, okay, maybe we should wait,
he's
make a better plan.
He's definitely Dutch's right-hand man, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hosea made me shave for a mission. Fucking dick. I had like the longest beard and the longest hair, and he completely, like, I had a fucking shave. I was like, you motherfucker, dude.
Dude,
it takes a while to grow that hair back.
And then I'm starting to see it grow back, which is really cool.
Yeah. My Arthur had like the longest beard for the whole fucking game. I had this long beard.
Yep.
And then I shaved it all off. Like, he was pretty much clean. I left like a little stubble on him, but he was pretty much clean shaven, and now like it's going back slowly.
It's no shave November, so do not shave Arthur. Do not. If you can't grow any facial hair, Arthur can. Don't shave Arthur.
Don't shave Arthur.
Hashtag don't shave Arthur.
And as you can see, I'm not shaving either, you know?
You're not shaving, Gunny?
No.
I'm not either.
Oh, whoa.
It's called laziness, really.
Okay.
I'm just going to get a bunch of cowboy stuff. I'm going to get a cowboy hat.
You're going to start hanging like, your wife's going to walk in home one day, you're going to have like the living room all covered in pelts and shit. You're going to have like those big horns, like a skull and horn on the top of your door.
There's going to be horses in the driveway. She's not going to be able to pull their car in.
She's going to walk.
wear some,
horseless courage out of here, woman.
I'm going to wear some, like, raggedy pants with suspenders and a work shirt. And howdy, ma'am.
She's going to walk into the bathroom. There's going to be just some random guy in there playing a guitar, sitting on the...
Yeah, playing the banjo.
Playing on the toilet. Ding, 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 ding. She's like, who the hell are you?
I'm going to sell my lawnmower, and I'm just going to have a horse and then, like, some blades and just cut the grass that way. Just go completely, like, late 1800s style of... everything. My whole...
You gotta pay your neighbor to churn butter, you know?
The one side of my yard that is actually an acre, I'm going to till it the old way with a horse and
Do it. I support you.
Yeah.
You're going to put straw in your mouth, right? Piece of straw.
I'm going to have corn and all that out there.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
All right, next question. Mitchell Caddy
I don't know
asks,
where that even came from. I'm sorry.
do you think Red Dead 2 will come out on PC? And why wasn't it out on PC on launch? I had that same question. Why isn't it, guys? What's the reasoning behind that?
I don't know, honestly. I think that they realize that people, I think it's just a money move. I think they realize that people are going to just not be able to hold out, and they're just going to buy it. And they're going to buy it again on PC.
That's what I'm thinking. That was my first thought.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe they just needed more time to make it so the performance, it can run at 60 frames or higher, and with a...
They would, yeah, that's true. They wouldn't release it broken, but...
I still think it's a money move, man.
I think it is too. I think because you figure it's made on a PC, right? It can run, obviously... They've got enough money to just have a team of 3 people
PCs.
or 3 groups. Yeah. One for PS4, one for Xbox, one for PC,
Definitely. And I think that they know that people are going to be impatient. They're going to be like, oh, it's on the Xbox One X in 4K. And if you own that console, you own a PC, you're probably going to buy it on that console or any console for that matter. And then buy it again on PC. It's just going to happen. So. And
I've been hearing that a lot from streamers that I've either watched or just like previewed and just to figure out how to hook this up so I can stream it. You know what I mean? Because I'm normally on a PC, but definitely when that PC version comes out, I will purchase it again. Yeah,
and there's lots of people that are going to do that because obviously Grand Theft Auto Online is huge, right? It's huge on everything. It's huge on consoles and on PC, but on PC they have the mods. That's where you can you have those Second Life almost type of games where you can play as a cop or play as a doctor or play whatever the hell you want.
Or the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Iron Man.
Spider-Man. You see
Mario.
You see those videos Spider-Man came out on PC too, and then there's people playing Grand Theft Auto 5 with the Spider-Man skin on the guy. Just jacking people's cars.
Yeah. No, those mods are hilarious, dude. They come up with anything, man. It's so funny.
Yeah. It's awesome. Next question.
Yeah. Next one. Let's see. Bill Gardner asks, what's your weapon of choice on RDR2? Personally, I love the dual wield of a pair of volcanic pistols with a scoped repeater on my back. I don't have a scoped repeater. How do I get one? I got to go buy one from the gun store? I didn't see it in there.
Do it I think with the mission, Jose, it takes you down to the gun store and you need yourself a rifle. So you buy a rifle.
I thought he gave you the rifle with the scope during that hunting mission.
Yeah, you might be right or something. I don't know. I know I got it somehow.
I don't... Where did it go?
No, I don't remember the scope, though. You have your binoculars, but I don't think you have a scope
crossbow.
rifle.
I know you get the bow and arrows when you do a hunting mission.
Yeah, but because he left. He's like, I'm too old for hunting game this intense. And he gave you his gun with the scope.
Did he really?
I thought so.
I don't remember it being scoped, though.
I think you're tripping. I think he gave you just
I might be tripping.
Rifle.
I was probably high when I played that time. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, because I took the repeater and went over there and shot that bear a couple times. He's like, you motherfucker. And then called me.
I like the throwing knives. That's my
I haven't
favorite.
used those at all. I've only used
Dude, it's so sweet. Missions. It's satisfying too when it hits because it makes it makes a thud and a piercing noise at the same time. It's very satisfying.
Nice. I'm rocking the same thing. Bill. I'm using the 2 volcanic pistols. Like I said, they got pearl grips on them. They're gold. They got the silver inlays in them. Fucking sick. Got the long extended barrels. On all my guns, I put the extended barrel and the better rifling because you could do that at the gun store. You can customize it and get like better rifling and better, longer barrels that increase your accuracy and distance and all that. So I have those. For my rifle, I have a Lancaster repeater. That carries like 17 shots or 14 shots or something like that. I have that with the scope on it. Like I said, gold as well. Fuck yeah. And then I carry a 12 gauge pump shotgun with me too.
Man,
Those are my 4 main guns right there. There's a pump, 12 gauge.
Yeah.
Sometimes I put this, because you can switch, I don't know if you guys notice this, but you can switch the ammo you put on your pistols and your rifles and your shotguns. You can have a slug on your shotgun or like the regular spread, or like the regular shotgun shell. Or you can put a slug on it to make it like have longer range. Same thing with your pistols. You can add express ammo and like regular ammo. And the rifle as well, you can have express, regular, and velocity bullets for it.
Yeah, I did purchase those bullets, velocity, and then there was another one.
Express, I think is what it's called. I don't know what the hell they do, but they do something. They increase damage or
More
speed or
damage.
something. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I would just say my favorite weapon right now is just the rifle. I feel like that does the most damage.
You could make Arthur spin his revolvers when he's putting them on his holster if you double tap the, I think it's RB. You know how you pull out your gun with RB or LB? If you double tap
Oh,
it,
dude, I'm going to be doing that all day now.
double tap it, he'll like spin his guns real quick. Like, he spins them and puts them
I'm going to do that. I didn't know that.
You can walk around town spinning your guns, talking shit to people. Is what I do.
I'm going to record myself doing that. It's going to be like a 10-minute long video of me just walking in
every town. Just spinning his guns.
Yeah, we're just walking right through town. If I hit someone, I hit someone. Oh, well.
Awesome. What's the next question, Gunny?
Next one is, I know it wasn't a question, but I thought I'd run it by you guys as well, from Andreas Valderi. He just says, BlizzCon! Exclamation point twice.
BlizzCon.
I don't know if you saw the video. Maybe he's referring to the video of them announcing the Diablo.
Immortal.
No, it was the mobile game.
Yeah.
And it was like dead silence in the room. People were pissed.
Yeah, it's because they want a freaking D4. They don't want no stupid phone game.
And the guy, and one of the people from the community gets up there and he gets on the microphone. He's like, so is this some kind of like sick April Fool's joke?
No way.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave it right there, guys. I'm going to leave it right there. So you guys can go watch the video, listeners, and you too.
Put the video. You should link the video on the group.
Maybe I thought I watched it on there. It might have been on Twitter.
Yeah, I got to see that.
It was in the group? Yeah, I want to see it too because that's funny.
Yeah, I was like...
No one wanted a freaking phone game. They wanted D4, man. I want D4. I don't even know what the frick it's going to be about, but I want a D4.
So just to derail for a minute, I think like half of the comment, it was on Twitter, half of the comments were like, oh, this is fucked up and they shouldn't have done this to the community. And, you know, like I said, they want D4. And people came to BlizzCon. They paid money. They paid for parking. They paid to get in. They're there for, you know, the energy was flowing, you know, and then they announced this bullshit. So, and then the other half was, well, you know, they're just going to announce everything all at once, you know, or whatever. So it was like, just stupid people. But anyway, yeah.
I think it was 10 years.
Go watch that video. It was cringeworthy for sure.
Diablo 3, wasn't it?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Damn it, I think last year that's when they announced
when did the Diablo 3 come out?
Man, it was back, I remember it back on the 360, like towards the end of the life cycle.
Yeah.
Might have been on PC earlier than that, you know?
It was. It was on PC first, and then like maybe 6 months or a year later, it was on the systems.
So we'll say at least 6-7 years.
Well, got 3 more years, guys. 3 more years.
Our next question. Oh, let's see. What else do we have here? Red Dick coming out on PC. Oh, I think Bo had a question here. Bo Sisson. Has anybody watched the Amazon Prime production of Tom Clancy's The Division? Agent Origins?
Yeah.
Very close to the game.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's the video that they released. It's like a movie they released. If you bought like the Ultimate Edition, you got this copy of a movie with it. But they ended up releasing it on Amazon Prime. And I've watched it, and it's pretty good. Yeah, it kind of shows like the Division, the agents being activated. So it's like these three dudes, there's two guys and this girl. They're in this apartment hanging out, and kind of like all shit is breaking loose in the city, and they're in the middle of the city. And all of a sudden, like, one of their watches goes off. And the dude's like, what the hell's wrong with your watch? And then they kind of just like, oh, we've been activated. And this chick pulls out a gun, and like, he's like, whoa, what the fuck? You know, he's kind of like, what the hell's going on? And she's pulling out guns out of her fucking backpack and shit. Like, what the hell? And he's like, what the fuck? I thought you were like, what the hell? Like, what the hell kind of are you doing? And she's like, I'm getting ready. She's pulling out her guns and shit, and then they go and they, do their thing. They shoot people, and like they have like the looters. They show the looters and the gangs and the flamethrower guy and people being killed by the gangs in the city, and the agents doing like a mission to rescue people or some shit.
Cool, I'll go check that out. I have Amazon Prime.
It's like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes at most, I would say. Not very long, but it's pretty cool. It kind of just like I said, it's like the origins of the Division.
Okay. Cool. Definitely check that out. Jonathan All has a question. What of you would make the best cowboy if time traveled as a group back to the wiki wild wild west? Which one would you make the best cowboy? Eric, you would.
I would be shooting everybody. Dad's quick as fuck.
Yeah, you would be, man.
I'd be so dead. There's a little law man will be after me, and they would just kill me.
Dude, all I'd want to do is I'd be a farmer. I'd have a bunch of land.
Die in Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's not
I'd be a farmer. It's a cowboy.
How's that a cowboy?
It's just a farmer cowboy.
It's a lame-ass cowboy.
Hey, at least I'm alive still, not going around killing everyone.
You're not going to be
stuck
hung
in prison
next week in the square.
Right. That'd be Jesus.
High noon.
High noon, getting hung in the square. Here lies Jesus, the reckless cowboy who shot everyone up in the town.
I like Brian Tulp Jr.'s comment on that was, says Gunny can just relive his childhood, you know? So I was cracking up.
Gunny, was there horses back in your day when you were a child?
So I know I might have mentioned
Out
this
in the
before on the
plantation.
show, but I actually live in New Jersey. So this would have been back in the 1970s, 1970s, right?
1870s.
So I remember it vividly. I'd lived there several times when I was like 5 and 6 and 10 and 11 various times. But I used to live in a town called Burlington. And that was where Ulysses S. Grant's house was. And they had like along the street, around, certain parts of the town, they had those horse hitches. You can go and hitch up a horse if you had a horse. And it had like the narrow roads and they were cobblestone. So, yeah, I lived in the old part of town for a little bit.
Would relive his childhood.
Yeah. And that was pretty cool because that was just amazing to see, obviously there was no horses there and everybody had those big giant metal cars, but
yeah.
Amazing times. But our last question that we have here is from the Mayo on Discord, and he wants to know, how many times have you punched your horse this week?
0.
I mean, I haven't punched my horse in ever.
We've been nice to our horses. I only did it the first week.
Yeah, first time I punched a dog, and I learned real quick, you got to press LT and then B to pet a dog, or A or whatever the fuck.
Is that what it is?
B and X. I think first you got to be nice to them, and then you can pet them. I had a cat hiss at me in Strawberry. I was walking out of the store, and there was a cat there, and I was like, I'm going to pet this cat. And then I tried to pet it, and they wouldn't get close to me, so then I pressed B to scold it or whatever. Get out of here, you damn cat. And I was like, yeah, fucking hissed at me.
I did the same thing. I did the opposite of scold, whatever the other one was.
Yeah, praise.
Antagonize or something.
It just speak nice to it and stuff.
Yeah.
So now I was doing that and it wasn't reacting. So I told it, I scolded it, and I was like, "Get out of here, you damn cat!" And the cat hissed at me and ran away.
But I think that's all we have for questions, guys.
Awesome. You can find me on Red Dead Redemption 2 on the Xbox machines. Jesus Walk is my gamer tag. You can find me there playing some Red Dead Redemption 2. Definitely I'll be playing it tonight until I go to bed. And then it's going to turn to 2 o'clock, and then it's going to go back to 1 o'clock. So Jesus will be up for a very long time tonight. I play Red Dead Redemption 2. And for sure, will catch me there. Find me on the Discord and find me in the Facebook group. Join us, people. Join us.
Find me on Xbox Live, on the Steams and the Twitch under gamer tag Gunny Chief. What about you, Eric?
You can find me on Xbox, St. Nicholas, PlayStation, Epic Irk, and I will also be playing Red Dead. Not tonight, because I'm probably going to bed after this.
Yeah.
But on my day off on Monday, oh man, I am literally going to just do nothing and play Red Dead until my wife comes home at 5:30.
I want you to come back next week and tell me how many people you shot.
I'm okay. I'm going to shoot up everybody. Everyone I see.
Also, in Red Dead Redemption, you can get fat, and then Arthur will be slower if you're too fat.
Can you really?
Yes. If you eat too much food in the game, you eat a lot all the time, and you don't, like, Arthur doesn't run, he's always riding his horse or sitting around or sleeping. Arthur will get fat, and then he'll be too slow.
That's amazing.
I got my cardio
his
up
stamina
today.
runs out way faster than it would, like, normally. And then you can have him be really thin and, like, eat, like, healthy food. Like, he doesn't eat all of the junk food, and he just eats healthy and all that, and then he'll be thin, and then he runs faster and stuff. So, like,
that's funny.
The same thing happens to your horse. If you don't, like, your horse, if you feed it too much.
Oh, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to get Arthur and my horse fat.
It's all fat,
and I'm
you can't run.
I'm going to record a video of Arthur trying to run for like 3 steps and having
Just
to
pass out.
Take a knee. Yeah. My horse, I'm not going to be able to get away from the
you can't get on your horse.
Law enforcement. Yeah. I'm going to have to get one of those small little horses. The stable.
Fucking pony.
Yeah, get a friggin' pony so I can get on there.
Well, maybe.
Can we all just get Arthur fat, please? On the Facebook group, get Arthur fat and post your picture of like a picture of him in mid, like eating something
like
or sitting,
piece of chicken or something.
Yeah, like a piece of chicken sitting by the fire, just with his gut hanging out, and then extra brownie points for the horse, being fat, and also in the picture. I want to see some fat Arthurs and some fat horses. And by the way, my horse is named Roberto. I want it. Let's hear your horses' names as well.
Yeah.
That's the challenge. I challenge you, Facebook group. I challenge you. I want to see some fat Arthurs.
Fat Arthur challenge.
The Fat Arthur hashtag Fat Arthur challenge. We'll get the hashtag going on Twitter.
That's right.
We'll get it trending.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that. Now go join the group and post on there. The Discord as well. Show us your Fat Arthur's Discord, people.
That is your Fat Arthur's.
Post that right now.
I'm going to do it.
Anyways,
I'm going to get him so fat.
It can happen, yeah. And I think you see, like, his stats. I think those are in the story. Like, if you open up your menu and you go to story, I think either story or missions, you can click on progress, and it'll, like, you can scroll down and see, like, how many people you've killed, how many times you've been wanted, how many times you got away, all that shit. But then you can also see, like, your health status, and it'll be like, Arthur is fat, he's overweight or underweight.
Who has diabetes.
Arthur's gonna die for heart attack in 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's the only arrest that'll get me.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we'll love you. We'll see you next week on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers podcast. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. Goodbye. Good night.
Come back now, you hear?
You hear?
Goodbye
You hear?
to all.
Goodbye.
Night, night.